Now I'm going to introduce our moderator. Let him give us more of this workshop. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gloria, our today's host. Good morning to you all. So welcome to today's workshop, the Digital Entrepreneurship Workshop. And personally, I'm excited about this discussion, not because of the word digital entrepreneurship, but because of the panelists that we are hosting today. So my name is Tushabe Ronald. I'm the team lead at Empower Youth in Technology, where you are. And this session is very, very important to us because based on the courses you do, what you're doing at the moment, and your aspirations, I just want to remind you that with your laptop or your phone, paired with an internet connection, there's internet here, there's internet everywhere. One of our panelists will talk about internet. So with your laptop or your phone, with the internet, and a problem that is worth solving, you can become a topic today. You can become what we are going to discuss. But our role here, our goal is to help you see the opportunities. Because like I said, with your laptop or phone, with internet, and a problem worth solving could be the next business. But then how do you get there? So the discussion today is how do we position ourselves to take advantage of today's technological landscape. So I want to introduce my panelists today. We are going to have 4 panelists. Another panelist is on his way coming. We talked this morning. Before we conclude, he will be here. That is Jonah Kasinga. So I will introduce his profile when he arrives, but I'm going to begin with my colleague, my best friend, the person we have really worked together, maybe, I don't know, probably 5 years or so, Evans Dunamasco. Rich profile. He is here, is a project manager or PMP certified project management professional. And he has over 8 years of experience in telecommunication infrastructure, fiber optics, data centers, networks. He will explain those things. I don't understand them myself. But most importantly, he's a founder of Pandora Networks. You guys know Pandora Networks? You are excited, eh? I know some of you are now imagining, you mean we are in front of such a guy? Yes, you are. Because I talked about Pandora Networks, and everyone was like, hey, you mean he's the one? I thought he was a big guy. You know, he's actually small. So another fine gentleman, the panelist, is MTF Baker. MTF Baker is a trade name. He's going to tell us his other names, but for us, the colleagues, the people who have interacted with him for quite a number of years, know MTF Baker much as I know the other name, but I want to limit myself to MTF Baker, which is a trading name. He's a founder and digital marketing manager at Digitech Solutions Hub. How many of you know Digitech Solutions Hub? You probably, there must be someone who knows that company. So they are the leaders, and I'm using my words carefully. They are the leaders of digital marketing in this region. Felix will tell us more about digital marketing. So another fine gentleman I have next to me is Erdon Agaba. Erdon can only be defined by one word. He is an AI developer in this town. One of the best. He's going to tell us a number of AI products he has put on market. Fresh graduate, but already he has how many? Quite a number of products. About, I know 4 that are already in Google Play Store, AI products. One product that I know was able to get 1,000 downloads in 1 month. 1,000 downloads. Like, and I'm starting with Felix. So tell us, introduce yourself more. I didn't do justice to you because the profile is long. Introduce yourself more to the audience, but tell us your journey from from being just a student to being a digital entrepreneur that we enjoy today. We enjoy your services, not you in particular, but we enjoy your services. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is, the official name is Twesime Felix Becker, but I prefer to be called MTF Becker for trading reasons. When you're introducing yourselves, some were asking themselves how they can, penetrate into the other entrepreneurship parts with their tech, whatever. One of the ways is branding, personal branding. So I used MTF Baker to always spark that curiosity, to always, politely ask for that extra minute to talk about myself. Every time I say MTF Baker, someone is like, explain more about MTF. I know there are those that know what MTF means in the other world. So they're asking themselves, how can such person call themselves that? So that's for the purposes of positioning and branding. I'm a digital marketer at Digitech Solutions Hub, which is a branding and digital marketing agency located in Bara City that helps business owners and professionals to establish powerful online presence and visibility that converts traffic into revenue. We started in 2018. That's for Digitech Solutions Hub. But me as MTF Baker, my journey is long. And unfortunately, mine is in reverse. Someone is like, tell us how you transited from being a student to an entrepreneur. But mine is from an entrepreneur to being a student. So that's how life is. And as we are going to see, there is... what is common is the goal, but the ways of getting there may differ depending on the circumstances, opportunities, and everything in that ecosystem that helps you get there. So I have a diploma in accounting, which helped me to become a factory clerk at Macro Russell Uganda Limited, Ankole Estate, and I worked from 2012 to 2017. So someone is like, how old is this guy? I'm 36. Yes. So I worked, while there, I was doing something I was not passionate about. I was doing something that was helping me to earn a living. I was passionate about creativity and graphic designing, fine art, and all those things. But while there, I could do their job. Then in the evening, I teach myself graphic designing. Then whenever I could fail, I could go to get one day over the weekend. I go to Ishaka, I get those guys in business. They help me polish up. So it came to a point where there was nothing like an economic gain of keeping on that job. Why? The amount of money being paid was not corresponding and the work relations were deteriorating. For those that did economics, there is that point, we call it that point of satiety, then whereby any other effort you add in is not yielding results. Instead, there is that diminishing curve. Whether you're hardworking like what, there are people that would want their friends, their relatives to occupy that position where even if you work hard like what, they will not appreciate. But it came to a point where everything, keeping there and leaving the job, were all the same. So I made a decision at the end of 2017 to follow the passion. And that's at the beginning of 2018, that's Feb 2018, I started from Bara as a fresh person who didn't know anyone, and I was ready to do graphic designing. To do it for who I didn't know. I just came to Mbarara with a second-hand old laptop, and I was ready to begin. Just like how some of you are having laptops and you're using them to watch games, download movies, those laptops that you have. So I started in Mbarara here. But I don't know if I'm preempting some of the topics, but what helped me is I used friends around me that were from the other side. I looked around town. I saw the posters, the signposts, the graphic work that was around was done by one guy called Zadoch. So I found there was no way I was going to penetrate into his market. He had his goodwill. The reputation was there. Talk of graphics, the whole town would run to Zadoch. So I was like, on ground, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to manage. I was like, let me shift my focus to online. I said, I'm going to target the online class, because I realized there were no online graphic designers in Mbarara. There was only one person called Amanya Fahad. So, yeah. So I looked for that guy, and by chance, I landed on him when he was also looking for me. Because when I said I'm going to concentrate on online, I started creating content and posting there. And because we were very few, it was always easy to notice that there is a new graphic designer in town. So I was looking for him as he was looking for me. We met, we exchanged contacts, and we started collaborating. So whenever he had those clients, those extra clients that he could not handle in time, he could give them to me. And that's how we kept on growing. We used the power of referral. We never printed posters. We never, attended those trade shows, trade fairs, and whatever matches that are important. We used referral. I could work on one person, then that person connects me to the other person, just like that. Before you know it, the branch already has around 10 guys we are working for. While doing that, technology is always evolving. I asked myself, I'm designing flyers, but what's the purpose? The purpose was to help clients communicate and do what? And get money. So in short, I was not just a graphic designer, I was a marketeer. So I was like, if I want to make my brand so much visible ahead of others, I have to make sure that my craft helps the client to earn the money they have paid me. If you pay me 20K to design your flyer, but by then I was charging 5K. So I had to make sure that at least if you fail to get clients, I'll be the one to buy from you.
Maybe Felix, before you go very far, so one would be wondering, how did this guy compose himself to get that first client after reaching Mbarara? How is the preparation or different at that time?
Okay, thanks very much. While I was coming to Mbarara, with a zero experience in business, I was following some people that were already where I wanted to be. One of the guys was called Jalum Habert's Louisa on Facebook. He's the founder of Young Trap. So I was always inspired by his journey. That's why I had confidence that I would go to Mbarara and make it. So he was always sharing startup business tips. So I followed what he was telling us. He was saying, post 3 times a day, post in WhatsApp groups, use your friends. So one person that helped me is a former workmate. He came, he wanted to support me. He looked around, and by then I had my car workstation was like, these mobile money tables and a stool. That's why I was working. From behind Besania, there was a cubicle there. It was a bathroom, then they turned it into an office. So he looked around, he was like, can you support me and put my photo on a board? I said, yeah, I can. He gave me money, I put it there. So when he had come to pick it, he came with a friend. And that was my first client. He's called Justus Ahimsibwe from Uganda. Yeah. So he came with a friend, and that person was like, can you design a banner? I knew I would design, but printing I didn't know. I said yes. He was like, okay, I need 2 meters. Design and print for me. He was like, I'm going to Kampala. That's where my designers are. But because I wanted to support you, that you're my friend's friend, I want to support you. So I'm leaving the work here, going to Kampala. Make sure that by the time I'm coming back, the work is complete. Then we shall start from there. I was like, okay, my design charge is 10K. By then I was working for people. My design charge is 10K. So I don't know about printing. Would you give me some hours? I go and ask those who print and I give you the complete charge. That's what they call honesty. Some people would not say it, but for me, from the experience point of view, you can say it, no problem. It saves the embarrassment. So he was like, yeah, it's fine. I went to Senex, sorry to say his name. I phoned the wife on the reception. I asked them, I have 2 meters. I want to print a banner. How much? The wife told me 40K. So when she told me 40K, I added my 10K. It became 50K. Then I told the other guy, he sent 52K. I withdrew the money. I designed, he approved the design. I now took it to Senex for printing. Reaching there, I found Senex on the machine. He asked me, how much did they tell you? I told him 40. I was like, no, our charge is 55.
Yes.
I was like, what? But the woman I phoned and the counter told me that. He was like, I'm the one on the machine. So this is a person that was about to earn like a first 10K of printing. Now I have to get 5K to pay. I didn't tell the other guy. I was like, okay, I paid in. I also got a 5K added. They printed the work. Up to now, that work is still in the other guy's office. So when he came to pick it, he was so impressed. He had a dinner that was coming in 3 months' time. He was like, okay, I want 2 flyers per week. So 2 flyers per week times 4. Those are 8 flyers in a month. Then times 3, those are 12. So me asking him 120, I knew it was some huge money for me. I told him 120. He was like, okay, I will give you 150. You can start. I started, I executed very well, and the dinner went on very well. So he now connected me to other friends of his in Uganda. Now, the other person, Jalum Haberts, I was following, he gave a formula of multiplying the clients. I was like, if you work for Ronald at EYIT and he's impressed, ask him to connect you to his colleagues that do the same, or research about his business and look for 10 competitors. Talk to them. Say, I'm so and so, I do this and this. I did something for so and so. You show the work. Then you're like, I was wondering whether you could be interested in the same. Because they are competitors, you're now showing them that this guy is doing better than you. Better do something. So out of 10, 3 may contact you. Now that's one line. Then if you happen to work for a famous guy, when the business goes on well, when you complete the business very well, because some businesses, end up ending in chaos. So if the business goes well, ask him to recommend you to other colleagues of his, or penetrate into their circles, just know that first client, know that person beyond his business, know where he spends his time, know the friends he interacts with, and befriend them. Because now from there, Justus connected me to another guy called Douglas Smith. He was starting a brand called Sport Rice. We worked for that brand, and for him, he was that kind of a shrewd guy. So he had so many friends. He had a logo I designed. I charged him 30K for that logo. But wherever he could go and they say you have a good logo, he could send me 10K. He could record the voice and send me 10K. I ended up getting something like 300 out of that project. People were appreciating. So that's how I managed to get that first client. Then, of course, scaling is the word of, rather the referral I could get from them. Then, if maybe you're not having the other side, look at your OGs. Those are the networks, rather your OGs and OBs. Those are the networks that can help you. Because the next client outside Justus was Father Vincent Kaboy. By then he was still in Lugazi. There was an OG that was in Father Kaboy's, is it Friends of Jesus something? Yeah. So the lady called me, I was like, this one wants a designer that can do work from here. That the work is going to take a week. I was like, fine. By then, I didn't have many clients. I didn't have many engagements. So I was like, fine, I can come. I didn't have transport. I borrowed.
Maybe how did the OG know you are doing it?
Because I was sharing in our WhatsApp group for St. Kagwa Boarding Primary School. That's why I was sharing my work. Sometimes I could give offers. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I could give offers. Then I share in those WhatsApp groups. So she called me. I went there. I designed the work that was supposed to take it was supposed to take a week. It took 4 days.
Thank you so much, Felix.
Yeah.
Thank you. Keep your questions, and please make sure. Let me warn you. Get a very big book. I thought I was going to utilize my paper here, but I realized it's going to be smaller because with Felix I am almost finishing a half page. Then by the time we finish these ones, but we pride ourselves to have actually produced quite a number of digital entrepreneurs here in town, and one key thing that has stood out in our processes is such engagements. You know, Felix knows people who have been through EYIT and they also have similar businesses. It's just because of engagements like Felix. When they come here, and Felix has been coming almost every other time, their stories are always authentic. You have seen how he moved from one client to a million clientele, so you can really relate. So it is important to actually follow very well, write down, keep your questions, and like you said, all the questions will be answered today. So let's move very, very fast to Evans. If you were able to write half page with Felix, then for Evans, it is going to be a whole page with just introduction, simply because he has done a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ronald. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am called Evans Tuinamasiko, like he told you, and I work with Pandora Networks. I'm the proprietor of Pandora Networks. And my story is not very different from any other story, maybe for Ronald or MTF, but I'll break it in about three steps. Education, work environment, then the transition from studentship to an employer, right? So I started from Chapa, you know Chapa? Mbara High School. Then I went to Makerere, did a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. You might be wondering, how is an electrical engineer, like someone who would be in Umeme, how is he transitioning into networks and digital entrepreneurship? But electrical engineering is broad, just like how IT is broad. Okay, there is cyber security, there is software development. It's very broad. So electrical has about 4 or 5 segments: electronics, power. Now those are the people that go to UMEME or EDCL. Power, there is electronics, power, signal processing, telecommunications. So that is where I dived in. Okay, then from Makerere, I did my internship from Center for Research in Energy and Energy Conservation. That's CREEC. Then we did some projects with the Ministry of Energy during that time. From there, I went to Ministry of Energy. I've told you I worked with Ministry of Energy where we did some energy auditing. That part is key because it played a key role, a pivotal role in my change or shift from being employed to self-employment. So we need to note that. I worked at Center for Research in Energy and did some energy auditing projects. Then from there, I got a job at Rock Telecom. Who knows Rock Telecom? Rock Telecom. Yes, it's an internet service provider, and I was posted this side as the area representative in 2016, and I served for some good time. And from Rock, I shifted to Pandora Networks. I worked for 2 years and about 7 months. I resigned. I'll explain why it was key for me to dive into self-employment and leave a good job, okay? And after going into Pandora, I also saw that I had a lot of free time because I automated most of my systems and found that in a day I would work for like an hour and I'm free. So I enrolled for an MBA. I went to the United States of America. That was in about 2.5 years ago. I went there, did some MBA and some other courses. Like you talked of PMP, that's a project management professional. It's a certification that works globally. Like wherever you are, whether in Canada, Uganda, USA, you can use that PMP to get a job, whichever job you want, as long as it's related to project management. And with the same qualification, I got a job at a company called National Technologies. It's in Virginia, USA. I served as a project manager for 1 year and about 6 months and shifted back to Pandora, and here I am. So about my transition from studentship to being an employer, I think naturally I was born or I was made as someone who does not want to be employed. But of course, you know, due to very many limitations like lack of capital and stuff like that, you find you have to first work, get some revenue, then decide on what you want to venture in, be it agriculture, be it digital technology or anything, right? Because if right now you might be having a bright idea, but you need funds to transform that idea into reality, not so? So you'll find that in most cases, you either have to borrow some money and start, or get friends, partner and start, or get a job, work for some time, then start, right? But the most important thing is to start, just like you had. The word start is in all the parameters, okay? Now, after finishing school, of course, I got a job. After 2 months of finishing the course, I got a job at Rock. I started working here in Barara. That's when I got to meet most of you guys and even MTF. Yeah, he worked on my graphics for Pandora, even some for Rock. You know, he's a good guy. Yeah, we worked for quite some good time. So the turning point for me switching from having that idea that I think I need to dive into self-employment was when I was doing internship. You guys are doing internship, right? So my turning point came when I was doing internship, the same way you're seated here today. Because I told you we were doing energy auditing, and I was at a place called Speak Resort, Munyonyo. It's a hotel in Kampala, and we were doing energy audits. Energy audits is basically entering such a facility and you identify potential changes that they can do to reduce on their electricity bill, okay? So we were auditing the entire hotel to see how best they can save on electricity bills, because the hotel was paying about 35 millions per month. Yeah. So we audited energy, this place, Crested Towers, Speak Resort Munyonyo, Pramuk Steel, which is in Jinja, Chagaranyi Coffee, which is in Bugorobi. That was a project under Ministry of Energy, but I was there as an intern, right? So I was working at Munyonyo, like I said. A gentleman came to me. He found us at the transformer. He saw us connecting PQA, power quality analyzers, and yes, gentleman, what are you doing? Young boy, just like you. What are you doing? I just gave him a brief answer. And that answer is very key because as an entrepreneur, you have to understand how to translate technical terms to a non-technical person, because it's not that non-technical person that is going to pay you. If someone asks you with your software development skills that I need a website, and you start telling him about domains, hosting, servers, CSS, he won't understand back end, front end. All he needs to know is he needs a website, how much is it, and explain it in the simplest terms possible, right? I gave him a very straight answer. I said, we are reducing electricity bills for this hotel. We are basically trying to see how their bill can move from 35 millions to about 16 millions. That answer, I did not go into details of phase, capacitors, inductors, reactors, I didn't go into that. My answer was very brief. He said, oh, I have a building. It's along Entebbe Road. I won't mention the name. It's along Entebbe Road. Can you come and do the same? I said, yes. He gave me his phone number. I gave him mine. And that was on a Friday. On Monday, I went there. The guy paid me 5 million to go and audit the hotel. A job that I could do in just one day. As an intern, remember, you are an intern just like now, someone pays you 5 million to do a simple role. I was like, wow. Meaning in self-employment, you can make what? Money, and good money. And I got a team, the same team that I was working with during the internship, even my supervisors. We went and audited the hotel. We went and audited the hotel. That is also that also portrays a very core component that you as an entrepreneur or someone who wants to be an entrepreneur should have. Learn how to collaborate with other people. Even if you get a project right now from, let me say, State House or Ministry of Energy, they want someone they want a company that can do what EYIT does. You come and talk to Ronald as the intern. Talk to Ronald and his team. They will go with you and you will execute the project. You get paid and you pay EYIT, right? That's how we did that. So because at that time you'll find someone who has graduated would be getting around 1.2 or 1.5, but you have made 5 million in one day from one client. And that client sent me to another person. We did the same. He sent me to another person. But like I told you, my goal was to, I liked things to do with technology, internet, ICT. So which term should I put? My passion, that's the right term. My passion wasn't into power. It was into telecommunications. So I got a job at Rock Telecom. And I was posted to Mbarara. Okay? But still, as someone who knew that my passion is still into self-employment, I dived into Rock, served for 2.5 years, and on 23rd October 2019, I submitted my resignation and shifted to Makansing Street, where Pandora Networks is. Okay? We started, the main reason as to why I thought that it would be prudent upon me to change from serving one employer to being self-employed is because I found that I could serve very many people, even in Airtel, MTN, Infocom, Liquid Telecom, instead of focusing on one service provider. Because you would reach, let me say, you have gone to Mwizi to install a client of Rock, and you find someone of Airtel is crying that he is not having technical support because the people that were assigned to him are not giving him the time he deserves, the attention he deserves. But because you don't even have the credentials, the passwords, the logins for this very telecom, you cannot serve the client. Okay? And maybe they have a running contract with this service provider, they cannot switch, right? I was like, now, if I become a private contractor, I can serve all these people, right? So I resigned, went to Merchant Street, started up an office, small office. Even right now it's still small, but it's serving very many people, right? So I switched to Merchant and started up Pandora Networks. And of course, with time, we saw that we can move from what we call physical installations to now doing digital products. And that's when we now dived into Pandora SMS, Mambo SMS, Pandora Target, Pandora Swift, Pandora Meters, Support Me Fund, SMF, it's called Support Me Fund. All these products are on our platform, and they're all being used by people out there. Okay? Lastly, as I conclude, this is just a...
Before you leave,
yes.
Just briefly tell us what each product does.
Oh.
Probably one or two people could be
yes.
users.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Pandora SMS is a communication gateway, communication platform, but for bulk SMSs. Let me say you have a wedding. You want to send out a message to 1,000 people at once without having to call one by one, right? Go onto the platform, go on Google. These products that I'm telling you about are all online. Go on Google, type in Pandora SMS. You'll be greeted with a landing page. Sign up, create an account, and you can proceed and send those messages for people. Of course, there is a free trial. You find free trial messages, but actually you can write these things down, then you can check them out later. I see most of you on the phones trying to now search for Pandora. Just write the name down, you'll search it later. It's Pandora SMS. You go online, search it up, you'll be greeted with a landing page. Sign up, then you can test and see how it works. I think most of you have received a message, a text message with the word either Pandora or Mambo or COM, C-O-M, or Info SMS, something like that. Yes, maybe it's coming from a circle or a bank. So those most circles, some banks, they use what we call the API gateways. So they connect their accounts with us, okay? And when someone makes a transaction, the SMS will go to you, right? So that's one service. Then we found most of the people like you would want to get affiliate programs, like how to resell, right? So that's when we created Mambo Resellers. So you can go to Mambo SMS Reseller on Google, type in Mambo SMS Reseller, sign up, you'll get what we call an affiliate link, then use that link to share it with other people who would need the same service. And every time they buy SMSs, you get 20% commission. So if someone buying SMSs of 100,000, you get 20,000 just for referring them. And it's not just the one-off, no, you continue getting that. So that's a business. That's also now a core point to note whenever you're designing a product. Actually, all our products have what we call the reseller model, because it becomes very easy to sell when you have agents. I think that's why MTN has agents everywhere. Because assuming, just imagine that for you to use mobile money, you had to walk to MTN service center. That would be hard, right? But if I just drop out there, I'll find an agent. So when you have agents in everything you're designing, just know it will be easier for you, okay? Then we have Pandora Meters. That's actually a new product that we are pushing out very, very soon. It works in a way that you have a building like this, instead of applying, and you have 100 tenants, instead of applying for 100 electrical meters, you just apply for one, and Pandora Meters will come and install sub-meters. And those sub-meters are digital, meaning someone can use his phone to connect, to load electrical units. So the landlord will be loading just 1 meter, but the sub-meters, the digital sub-meters are distributing, like managing the infrastructure, the electrical infrastructure inside the facility, right? Of course, we have a USSD. I'll give it to most of you when we are done. I'll show you how it works. Then we have Pandora Swift, which is a property management software now, okay? Pandora Swift, you can book a hotel. You have a hotel, you want people, you want to track your bookings, check-ins, check-outs, transactions, okay? All that can be managed through the system. the Pandora system. Yeah, so I can explain this. If you go online, check out most of these systems, then you can appreciate how they work. You can even contact us to see how we can support you more. Support Me Fund is an aggregation service. Maybe you have a campaign, you want people to donate to you. You just go there, put details about your campaign, and you proceed to aggregate the funds. Lastly, not the least, it's Pandora Payments. Most of you could be software developers. You're designing applications, right? You need a payment gateway. So you can go to Pandora Payments, create an account, integrate the API into your application, and people will pay you online through Pandora Payments. The same way you can integrate Pandora SMS into your application, and then people can get OTPs or transactional notifications, stuff like that, right? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Really, I see. Actually, you should be laughing because some of you could be sitting in your hostels or wherever you reside, and probably you don't have what to eat. It is possible that you can get what to eat from Pandora Networks. Are you seeing that? It is very possible. And
Actually, I had this. You asked the question before you could conclude, eh? Oh, I had forgotten to conclude. I saw a movie one time. I think it was called The Social Network. Okay, who has watched The Social Network? It's a movie. I think you should check it out. It was a movie about how Facebook started. The start of Facebook. Check it out. And there was a clip where Bill Gates was addressing students at Harvard, and he said, "I have a feeling that some product that is stronger or bigger than even Microsoft could come from this room." And people thought that maybe it was he was prophesying or it was just a joke. But Facebook was made by Zuckerberg, who was in the same room as he was making that very statement, right? So you never know. Right now, something way bigger than Digitech, bigger than Pandora, bigger than whatever they are making could come from you guys, right? So the most important thing is to have the idea, scale, build and scale. Do not start by scaling what you have not built, right? And do not start have things in order, right? We shall explain more. We are here to answer most of your questions, if not all your questions. I will try to specifically answer questions that are in my domain. Like you've heard, I'm not a cybersecurity expert. I'm more into telecommunications, data centers, and product development. I'm a project manager, right? But I will try to answer most of your questions. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much. Evans has actually broken down the aspect of innovate, build, and in his journey, you are able to see those three words. He was able to innovate, build, and is now scaling. And Evans and I have quite things in common. Now is my OB, my chapa OB, but don't be excited. He's my OB by admission. So I have a chapa admission form at home. Also, he did electrical engineering. I did computer engineering. In computer engineering, you can specialize in software, electronics, telecommunication. I specialized in communication engineering, but I've never practiced telecommunication. So I am lacking that area. But now, in his story, you see someone who was able to use his skills, probably acquired from the university, to build a business. But before we move to Erdon, I wanted to understand from Evans the most important skills according to him. Were they the technical skills he got because he's using them, or his business is probably could be rotating around his specialization at the university? So what are those most important skills to you at the moment? Are they the technical skills you got, or there are other skills that you're utilizing? So maybe that could help someone out there who probably will at one point find themselves using their skills.
Thank you very much. Just like I told you, I want to give answers that are not scripted, like, you know, or dictionary kind of answers. I want to give you answers that are coming from just off-head answers, right? I think the most important skills that I have deployed or used would be the skill to collaborate with people. Like I gave you examples as I was explaining. As I was explaining, I told you when I got a project, I could not execute it alone because I didn't even have the equipment to use to execute. I had to get people to help me and execute. Skill number 2, learn how to be managerial. Like if you are given the task, okay? And if right now you get a project somewhere and they need services that EYIT does, even though you're the intern and you have taken the EYIT team, take the charge, be in charge, okay? Because you're the one who has gotten the project. Do not reach there and you front EYIT and you go behind as the intern. Because you're the one who has gotten the what? The project. Take charge and show the client that you can actually deliver. Because the client is not employing you or giving you that project as an intern, he doesn't even want to know that you're the intern, right? So learn how to take charge, be managerial. I think that's where the project management part comes in. Because the project manager, to be honest with you, the project manager is not the subject matter expert. I'll give you an example. When people, you have seen when people are setting up a power line or setting up such a building, you'll see the manager just there standing. You'll think he's just doing nothing, but in actual sense, he's coordinating so many things. He's coordinating all those people that you see there, right? So you might not be the one holding the camera or speaking, but you're coordinating the client, coordinating the camera person, coordinating any other electrical provider, like ensuring that things are in check, right? So have good mobilization skills to know that you can get the people, then be managerial, and also, of course, you need some little technical skill. For example, if you're talking about designing a website and you came to a hairdresser and you tell him to design the website and he's telling you about the cost of a domain, the cost of hosting, the cost of servers, then at least know what a domain is, right? Even though you don't know even how to buy it, or where to buy it from, but know what it is, right? Have some basic skills, then collaborate with people who know the technical aspects. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Evans. So as you're writing down, one thing that you need to also write down from Evans' discussion, the power of introduction, introducing yourself with problem statement. He introduced himself, we are helping so and so reduce. Introducing yourself with a problem, with problem solving skills. Very, very important. So I'm switching to Agawa Erdon, a fresh graduate, one of the best AI developers, but maybe for Evans also something you need to note down. University of St. Joseph, Mbarara, needs your solution, the crowdfunding platform, I may say. So from those who come from University of St. Joseph, they have what they call the USJM pillars, University of St. Joseph pillars. So these are the people that are contributing funds to help the university grow. So they need a platform where people can contribute and they manage their contributions. So they reached out to me some time back to build that platform for them, but that's not our area. I didn't go for it, but thank God now I know a solution is there, and the person behind that is Father Mutabaruka Kacharsa. I think it's yeah, that's the guy. Now that's a guy you need to actually, you need it really as soon as possible. Yeah. So Erdon, from a student to an entrepreneur, how has the journey been? Paint for us a picture, and probably relate this your story with these students, because not long ago you were here, but now you're here. How has the story been? Just crossing this line itself. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ronnie, our chief guests, and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Agawa Erdon, and I'm a software engineer and digital entrepreneur at Empower Youth and Technology. As he has said, I have just completed university, but I have done a lot in tech industry. Last year I was here in doing internship like you guys. However, I was training, but I was also doing internship. So I want to let you know how this guy came to know me, because he came to know me when he was in USA and I was here, right? I was doing internship, and then they gave us a chance that anyone who could be knowing software development could get a chance to get employed. I was like, oh, okay, even if I have not yet got a degree, but I can still get employed. So I spent a lot of time learning software development. So specifically me, in software development, not any other part, because I even don't have a very long profile as these guys, because I have not yet moved further, but I'm experienced in software development. That's why this guy got me. I had a quite number of projects, but as a person who has not yet moved out, of course they were all local host. I think the IT guys knows what local host mean, right? How many of you are doing IT, then specializing in software development? I think you can understand what local host means. So I had so many projects, but I couldn't publish them because I didn't have that power and finance. So after having one product, I contacted this guy. However much he's my boss, but I call him a guy. I don't know why. And I hope he also likes it. So I showcased him one of my systems I had, and he was like, wow, so you mean you can do this? I was like, yeah. And I'm also doing internship from your company. He was like, okay, I think we can get in touch. He used it to mentor me. I sent him my progress. He corrects me that way. So at the end of it all, I got employed here as a software developer, because he got quite a number of projects, and then he invited me. I was able to do them perfectly. Actually, they are being used. We have a quite number of mobile apps on Play Store. They are like 4. One is called Papers, that is for primary education performance assessment system. Another one is called Cashflow, that is for managing business financial records for small and medium enterprises. Another one is called EYIT Media App. That one connects the influencers and the organizers. We also have another system called Household Assessment. That one is used for household profiling. Like, it helps the local government to understand how the households earn to get their revenue for better planning. That one is currently used in 3 districts. Are they 3? We have like almost 30,000 users. We also, the one for schools, we have like 600 schools using it, but we haven't got any complaint about it failing. So I say I'm progressing. However much I'm looking forward to develop further. Now I would wish to share my experience with you, show you how I came from there to here, as he has said, and then I train you how these things work. I know most of you may be knowing how to develop, but in actual sense, developing for real users, it's different. You maybe have something working locally by you're only the user, but when you deploy it outside, problems. So, but I was able to manage that. So I think I will be with you guys during this internship. I'll also be training that part. I think I will try to explain you further. So that could be my profile, because I have not yet moved out. I don't have the profile like these guys. I think you may not write the whole page. Thank you.
Thank you so much. He's just that guy. Yeah, he's just that random guy, the guy you just meet. At least for the first time I've seen real development happen. But before I talk about a few things about you, tell us, as a student, You know, it's not probably is the way I see it as a student earning $1 million a month, next month 1.5, and you see your money growing as a student. But what did you do differently to be that student who is actually earning, which probably most of us needed or need at this time?
During my internships, actually yesterday I came, you guys finished training at 12, but you all went. Anyone who remained here? Sure. All of you guys went, because I came here at 1, I found no one. Sure. So, but all what I can tell you is, if you want to succeed in software development, really you have to give it time. That's what I can tell you. Me, I used to end my internships in the evening. The others would go, may remain here working. At night, I would spend the whole night working just to get internet, working. But the thing is, me, I really enjoyed it. I could be seeing it as a normal thing. Actually, some people started saying that me, I don't sleep, but me, I was enjoying as long as I'm not facing any bugs and challenges. I would be okay. I would work for the whole night, do projects, deploy, they flop, do other ones, they flop. So I did a lot of projects. That's where I got all the skills. So I think to deal with software development, surely you have to give it time. You have to dedicate your time. You can't be on a computer for 2 hours in a day and you say you want to become a software developer. Never, because technology changes there and then, every minute. You have to keep learning. Every hour a new technology comes in, you have to learn. You learn one language, tomorrow you get a client, he says he needs this. Most of those clients who knows how development is done. You go, you say I want to develop a website in HTML, the guy says no, me I want JavaScript. You don't know it. You have to go and learn. After learning it, you get another client. You be like, now I know HTML and JavaScript. The guy, I know, me I need Flutter. You go and learn. Now you learn Flutter and JavaScript and HTML. The guys are, me I need a PHP. You go and learn. So you have to keep learning. So that's how you can succeed in software development.
Thank you so much. I think from Erdon's discussion, you probably see 2 things or 2 statements: dedication and being a fast learner as a student. He was dedicated, he became a fast learner, and he's still learning. One of his products has over 3,000 teachers enrolled on it in 3 districts. One district alone has over 300 schools. That's in Tungam. Then even and in Tungam, even the district and municipality have about 100 schools. It's also in Chisoro, hard to reach area. The place that does not even have fast internet, or the networks, even the telecom network is very slow. And is implementing a system there. Then HAPS or extension staff, parish chiefs, or use that app every day. Probably those who come from Muntungama, you find you already in his system. So that has happened in a space of 1 year. So really that is dedication he's talking about, and being a fast learner. Things keep changing. So as Erdon was talking, another fine gentleman walked in. Of course, ladies, you'll forgive us. We don't have a representative this side. It's not our issue, but you're still very few. So this should really annoy you, but inspire you. We probably would have loved to have one here, but it's not quite easy. Yeah, so Kasinga Jonah walked in. Kasinga Jonah is everything software development in Western Uganda. He taught me actually how to write my first code, Jonah Kasing. Although I didn't stay longer, but it was a foundation. So Jonah, you're most welcome. And Jonah is a Ugandan technology entrepreneur, a founder of MavTech Planet. Who knows MavTech Planet? Yeah, it's one of the oldest software development companies in Western Uganda. He has developed quite a number of tech products, mainly in this education, in agriculture, health, quite a number as he's going to tell us. But what is key, these are the guys who started coding even when internet could only be accessed in an internet cafe at that time. How he was able to stay there, and we have him today, he knows. Above all, he's actually a lawyer as well. He's a lawyer. So how he's able to combine legal and tech, only him can explain. So Jonah, you came in when we were talking about ourselves, so you're going to give us your rich CV. I have just really said a few, but also tell us how you have been able to transition from being a student to an entrepreneur, a digital entrepreneur to that. But also for you, Jonah, your story is very special. How Jonah was the best student at MUST in his year, the very best student. And when he finished school, there were several opportunities for him. One, even to teach, to remain and teach, but also to be employed by these so many companies, because referrals were so many. Jonah, at least I know. But how did you reject all those to just stick to one thing, developing solutions for us? At least we would want to enjoy that story. So over to you, Kasinga Jonah. Yes, this one.
Do I keep holding it like this?
I'll speak freely.
Yeah, okay. Still morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure being here. First of all, sorry for showing up late. There was an earlier engagement that stretched a little longer, and at least I had communicated that I would be joining in a little late. It doesn't mean that it's my habit of showing up late. Actually, showing up late is a very bad thing. Yeah, that is something you should learn right from school into the field. It could deprive you of so many opportunities. Jonah Kasinga is my name. He has said so many things about me. Some of the things he has said make me feel like I'm so old. Some of you are imagining I'm a fossil. I might have chilled with Samuel Becker. When he said we used to code even when we used to go to the cafes, that was the generation of the modems. Some of you maybe didn't see them, or you've even never heard of them. Yeah, it makes me feel like I'm a grandpa. But nevertheless, we are in the same world, same opportunities. Yeah, and one constant is that each one of us has a unique gift. There is something you can always learn, or something that you can always get better than someone else. I'm of computer science background. I did computer science in the other decade. Yes. That was around 2013. That's the time I got out of university. Yeah. The way you're reacting is how I felt when he was saying I used to code when the internet was not yet a thing. Yeah, so I'm of computer science background, but like I said, each one of us here is always a work in progress. Over time, I've grown to learn that within my field of computing, I need something different. I need to get to know something else. Maybe I got bored, or I just got interested in something else. So I married it with the law a bit. I'm also a legal professional. You can always ask me about the law, but today I will only talk tech. Yeah, though of course tech is everywhere. Tech is cutting over everything that we come across. We are living tech, right from the gadgets we use to the life we live today. Everything is now tech. So we are needed everywhere, and trust me, the opportunities are so many. Something small about my journey. I don't think it was that special. It was just like yours. IT people, just by show of hands. BIT, computer science, computer engineering, information systems, software engineering. Okay, I was just like one of you also got admitted into computer science. Yes, I know some of you didn't even choose the course. Some of you, your marks dictated where you ended up. Some of you, your parents decided for you because that is the course they could afford. You wanted something maybe different. Some of you, especially ladies, you wanted fashion. Yeah, and someone convinced your parents that no, your child shouldn't do fashion. They will do better if they do technology, or a technology kind of course. Yeah, that's exactly how I was. Yeah, that's exactly how I was. I also ended up there. At first, I didn't like front it as a first choice course, but I ended up there. So I'm exactly like most of you here, if not all of you. However, one thing that personally kept me going, that could also be an experience that I could sell out to you people, and it helped me actually quickly transition. I had to accept my condition and situation and said, okay, fine, now I'm doing computer science. Yes, let me see what I can do about it. So I embraced it, I loved it. Then beyond the love, I started making new discoveries. Now, when you love something, then you keep in touch with it. Eldon was telling us how we would spend so many hours. Yeah? So many hours doing work on the PC and all that. That is the same formula that we all used. Yeah, and we shall all agree, each one of us here who has been in a relationship, if you have someone you love, you text them every day, isn't it? Yes, you text them every day. Okay, if you have someone you love, you text them at least so often, or you actually think of them. The Muslims who love their God, Allah, will do their prayers 5 times a day. Now, that is the same formula we also use in code. If you really love technology, then you'll give it your all, you'll give it attention, you'll be determined and dedicated. That's the same thing that pushed Eldon and pushed me too. I didn't tell him exactly that. He might have discovered it on his own. Personally, I discovered it on my own. Yeah, and several other people out there are still discovering it on their own. So it pushed me through school, and somehow I'm a person who loves challenges. Like he said, there were so many opportunities. Yeah, I taught him how to write code. These first lines of code, I took him through them. Yeah, and I looked at code as something interesting, or technology as something interesting. I'll keep using the two interchangeably, code and technology. So to me, I looked at technology as something interesting, and I said, look here, this thing can earn me a living. Yeah, it can earn me a living. So way back from campus, I keep telling people, whoever cares to hear, I tell them my very first payment that came out of the field of technology was 30,000. I was still a student and it was good money. 30,000. That is actually the foundation on which everything started. When I made that 30,000, I've never looked back. So from that 30K over something I had done as fun. There is a very good author, somehow I forget him, who said, you first learn, then after that you remove the L. When you remove the L, you remain with earn. Yeah, so you first learn something, then you earn off it. Yeah, so when I had learned something that I was actually doing out of fun, someone saw it and they loved it. They paid me 30,000. I didn't even know how to bill. I didn't know how to bargain. They asked how much. I was like 30. They got it and gave it to me when I was still a student. Yeah, that 30,000 could get me a few meals. Food was 800 shillings by then. Yeah, so from that 30 kept me going. I earned 50 like that, and I kept moving upwards. So somehow, when I realized that the thing I love is able to even get me some extra money, I looked at it as better work than any other opportunity. So I was doing it out of passion. These other things I was doing, I would do them. I looked at them as things I would have to do basically for money and not passion. Now, the difference between what you do for passion and what you do for money is that what you do for money, for example, if you're here and you're working here at EYIT, if you're doing something for money, if check-in time is 9 a.m. and check-out is 5 p.m., you will show up at exactly 9 or some minutes after 9. And once it clocks 3:30 p.m., you will keep checking on your watch to see what time check-out is so that you run out. That is doing something for money. However, something you're doing for passion. If check-in time is 9 a.m., I will show up at 7. Then check-out time will be 5 p.m., but deep inside me, I will feel there's something I really needed to do. There's something I was trying to learn, and I have not yet completed it. So I will push. I will see no harm in pushing ahead for an extra hour or even 2-3 hours. We have a saying within the developer community that developers work in the night. A good fraction of us have spent sleepless nights. We've sat in the middle of the night on laptops till morning. We've done that a lot, especially Friday nights. So that is something that can only be done if you have the passion. If you don't have it, then forget. Yeah. So that passion now drove me. I started, of course, now balancing a few things here and there. My course was a 3-year course. That means after earning the 30K, within a year I was finalizing the course. And according to the university standards and the rules, after that 3rd year, you're supposed to leave the university so that other people also push. And of course, when you finish the university, everyone is thinking of one thing: life out there. Yeah. So when I was in 3rd year, the finalist, of course, I was still earning some kamane. Luckily, I was even a tutorial assistant back in the days. In our university days, we had tutorial assistants. Fellow students, they put them on timetable and they take you through practical bits of the course. I was doing that. So somehow I had the opportunity to break through and keep doing the teaching. But to me, somehow I felt it wasn't my calling. Yeah, I felt it wasn't my calling. And let me tell you something that excited me. The same code that I sold at 30,000, I refined it and sold it at 50, refined it and sold it at 100, refined it and kept selling. I kept copying the same code. We used to use Dreamweaver. So I would keep using the same code, meaning the same 30K was giving me more money. So I had stock that was not getting finished. Yeah. So I imagined I'm now in a state where I'm doing less work. I'm keeping on improving the same thing. And as I'm improving the same thing, some people are taking what I hadn't even improved yet and they are paying for it. So when I looked at that and balanced it with these other forms of employment, where someone is going to hire me and they need me there every morning, even if it is raining, yeah, even if it is a public holiday, they can choose to call me there and I have to come. When I looked at all that, I said, no, I think I have something better I can proceed to do. That is one of the things that really guided my decision of saying that, look here, why should you run around looking for employment when you've done a practical course, you have the skills, you've even tested, you have some clients who have given you money. Much as they were at campus, they were giving you 30,000, 50, but you were making money. And now, the other interesting bit, I was entering the field with the same code that I had sold it to the other people, which I was again going to sell to more people. And now these same people were my clients. We're also entering the field. So they were going to again connect me to more clients, you see. So I looked at it as something that is interesting. I'm going to have stock that never gets finished. Yeah. Okay, then it also looked cool. A few people were doing it. Yeah, and it was cool. Yeah, you write your code and yeah, you a few people who are doing this. Yeah, so the virgin market also pushed me to really look at the bit of technology. And let me tell you people before I even proceed, the market is still virgin. Yes. Even with us here, I left school 13 years ago, but the market is still virgin. We still can't cover it. We've not covered it. In fact, we've not even covered half of it. If you think I'm lying, each one of you in your local communities where you come from, okay, the communities where you come from, by local I don't mean it's local, I mean where you come from, your localities. How many supermarkets do you see using systems? There are those that don't have, and a good number of them. How many circles are there? And you see people writing in books. How many schools are there and they still have report cards they're writing on? How many borders are there and when someone needs a border, they send a friend to send another friend. They don't have an app to check through. We have all these in the communities where you stay. And this is already existing even after we've been in this field for all these years, for over a decade. So the market is still virgin. That means each one of you here can step out, join the market we are in, and we shall not even see each other like competitors. Each one of you will be somewhere else getting their own clients. I'm getting my own. I have my own solutions. You have your own. Even if we have the same, Uganda has so many. For example, if it is a product for schools, that was like my very first product to do, and yeah, in the field. There are very many schools that are there. Mbarare alone has many. They are enough to feed you, and you grow fat like Mr. Pickfair. Mbare alone has so many circles. Western region alone has so many. You can even shift from here and you go to West Nile, you know? So the market is still virgin. It is still virgin the way it was the other time. And right now it is even more interesting. More people have smartphones. More people know something about technology. Yeah? So this should be even more interesting now, and it should be a better venture for you people right now to take up. Because most of the hard work has been done for you by these guys. They've done most of the hard work of letting people know that computers don't come with systems already installed. For us, people thought so. They thought a computer comes when it already has the softwares. People don't do those things. That's what people thought. People thought an email and a website are the same thing. People thought being on the internet, they're going to hack you immediately. And then you look at someone, he has only names of pupils. Who is going to even hack that? And what will they use those names for? So that was ignorance. But somehow down the years, we've tried to do the work of improving the status quo to make the field a better place. Each day when new graduates come and join the field, it becomes a better place. Yeah. So the venture is way much more better. So personally, that is what kept me going. I balanced the two. I said, I will do better in tech. Yeah. Maybe I might have slowed down a little. Maybe because I ended up entering the field and I was struggling with teaching people. This is an email and it is free. This is a website and this one I have to develop and you will pay. This is a system and this one you have to build it and have it work. Yeah. But overall, personally, I do not regret. I personally don't regret. I love the field I'm in. Today, I keep advising people to take the field of technology. Even after doing the legal bit, I did it to improve the work that I do. Because in tech, we draft contracts, we are working with clients, people are threatening to sue us, people are not paying us. Yeah. Person pays half and they don't want to pay the balance. You put a system today and the next day the guy tells you there are things I need you to first put before I pay. So a lot of things we are getting used to as we work, and that's what drove some of us to go and try to learn something else that can complement what we do. Yeah. So somehow the bit of the legal bit also keeps me going. Yeah, it keeps me going for the bit of tech. You now can't cheat me as far as a contract is concerned. I can draft it on my own without having to run to a lawyer. At least I have basic legal knowledge that can at least guide me to know that you as a client, you just can't threaten me that you'll sue me and yet you've not paid my balance. Yeah, you can't ask for a refund when maybe we've actually agreed on certain terms. Yeah, I think along the session we shall talk about the professional bit when we are in the field. Yeah, okay, fine. So I will break that towards that side. But why I wanted to bring it to our attention is that we are all a work in progress and we shall only keep learning extra things. Today you're doing computer science, you're doing IT, but you will need to learn marketing along the way. You will need to learn how to sell along the way. I don't know how good most of you, all of you are as far as speaking is concerned, but with the time, you may find right now some of you, when they tell you to speak in front of such an audience, some of you shake. So you might need also public speaking along the way, because you will not survive in the entrepreneurship bit if you can't speak. Yeah. So we are all a work in progress and we shall keep learning. We are all here still learning and making ourselves better. Yeah, for now I will stop at that.
Maybe before you move far, so how did you remain resilient at the time when these challenges were there? Because probably, I remember meeting you at some points, 5 years in business, and I wanted to start. But I was scared. I said, but John, I cannot start a company, yet you guys have been here, you have already finished everything. Where will I start from? And you told me, no, I have been here for 5 years. But not so many people know me. I go somewhere and they can't even know that I do this and this and this. Since they don't know me, it means the market is still open for you. Get in. That was, I think everyone needs such a statement. That was a powerful statement. But then I just wanted to know what kept you going. What was your challenge at that time were not some people not even appreciating email and the website, but you meet. We also have our challenges even now. How did you remain in there to be the journal we are enjoying at the moment?
First of all, like I earlier said, I developed passion in this thing. Then, along with passion, perseverance comes in. There are those 3 P's that keep rotating within our lives. Now, I hit the field, and I'll be honest with you people, it wasn't easy. Yeah, it wasn't easy. The 30, 50Ks I was making at campus, I looked at it as fine money. I think because I already had hostel, so I wasn't paying rent. My feeding was already sorted. I wasn't paying taxes. Yeah, so basically the money I was getting, it was 100% profit. Everything that would come in, it was 100% profit. And then also the other thing at campus, whether I earn the 30K or not, I don't have any extra bills. Yeah, trust me, when you're at campus, your main bills, if your hostel fee is cleared, your feeding is cleared, you have some small money to do some printing once in a while, you're good to go. Yeah. So on transitioning now, I'm in a state where, one, I need an office. I can no longer work from my hostel room. Remember, at the hostel, my friends would come and find me there and it was okay. But now you're not going to tell the head teacher of a school to find you in your room. Yeah? You're not going to tell the manager of a hotel to come and find you where you sleep and he sits on the mattress. And you also want a deposit of 3 million. Let's be honest. Would you give me a deposit of 3 million if you found me in a current or a single room I'm sleeping in with a mattress on the floor and we've sat there and talked and I'm saying, Bazompe hold deposit. Then I start on the work. I will find you at your station. First of all, you would be scared. You would imagine, now this guy, what if I come when he's not here? What if I find him when he has left? Yeah? So now hitting the field, such realities started coming in. Yeah? I realized now I'm a businessman. I'm becoming an entrepreneur. I'm not just a programmer. At campus, I was mainly a programmer and I thought that is it. Yeah, but now transitioning into the field, I realized I'm now becoming more of an entrepreneur. I have to work different. I'll work with different clients. They have different expectations. So I started addressing each of those differently. One thing that I got to learn that I feel we also need it, you need to know that all clients you'll meet, actually all individuals are different. So there is no one size fits all. The way you'll interact with me as a client is different from the way you'll interact with her. There is a person you will meet and they are very okay with releasing money so fast. There is a person you will meet and he will say, you first do the work, you know? So I started meeting different clients with different needs and different attitudes. This one will tell you, I need you to first do the work, then you will be paid after. Of course, there are those who never paid up to now. They've never paid. Okay, they are not my clients anymore. Then there are those who will tell you, it's okay, I will pay half, you start work. There are those who are not willing to pay at all, and there are those who are willing to pay. So you've got to learn to create a balance. Personally, I learned to create a balance between those different kinds of clients. Those who will want to first allow me do the work, then pay after. Those who will say, okay, fine, I'm okay with giving you a deposit. Those who will say, okay, fine, me, I can pay everything, and then you do the work, you know? So one, you need to adjust to your clients, adjust to the people, learn to speak to them. Yeah, adjust to them differently, get to know that and appreciate that everyone is different from the other. Yeah. So that bit of everyone works differently, I adjusted like that, and somehow it kept me on my feet. Two, the other way in which I fully adjusted amidst all the challenges, I managed to keep swimming through the sea of the tech field. I never forgot the basics. I never forgot the basics. I got to know that even now that I'm in the field, I still have to continue learning. It's interesting that even 13 years later, I still sit down and code. I still sit down and learn. Yeah? I still watch tutorials. Eldon was telling you how technology changes. Technology has changed so fast that at times I sit and look back and I recall that we were using Eclipse to code Android. We had an emulator, you might not have seen it. You launch mobile app code, and from the time I walked in up to here, it is still loading. But now, technology has evolved from Eclipse. Who even still uses Eclipse today? People are using Visual Studio. Yeah? Some people have even moved away from that. Okay, this Visual Studio is now even incorporating AI in it. So now you imagine a developer from my generation of 13, 15 years ago who still wants to write their code in Eclipse, in a Dreamweaver. That's how they want to do their thing. For us, we used to do 100% HTML. Back then, when you're doing your car website, you even put the... have we heard of static websites? Yes, we used to do those ones, and you're good to go. They give you your 400,000 or 500. Yes. And you go home. By the way, 500 was a lot by then. Yeah.
Thank you so much for this introduction. I'll give you a chance and Felix. Tell us your services and products and big details. I did listed your products. Even the journal want to know his products. In this room, we don't know the kind of people we have. We have your customer could be seated the other side, but also your next employee could be there. For the pattern, I can summarize it in so many ways. So your products also, Felix, then we will go to Evans with another session of discussion.
Okay, fine. At Mavtech Planet, we do code, software products only. In case you need a software, we're a phone call away. Yeah, whatever is software, we have a solution. We have those that are off-shelf, they're already developed, and we have those that we can enter into contract with you, and we develop depending on how you want, depending on your requirements. Already off-shelf, we have a product for schools. Yeah, we have a product for schools, a little different from what Eldon has. This one does report cards. It analyzes fees payments, collects and analyzes fees payments, does timetabling and so on and so forth, all those processes of a school. We have one in the financial sector for SACCOs. We have a package for SACCOs as well. We have a package for hotels. We have one for shops, hardware, retail, supermarkets, and pharmacies. We have products for them. Yes, we have so many of them. Wherever there is software, you can always remember us. I will stop at that.
Thank you. Then Felix, your service or your products.
Thanks very much once again. I will use some kind of a journey to talk about the products and the services that we have, and also look at the possible ways how maybe one of you can get in touch with us, either as a client or a collaborator or a partner. So like I said, in my journey I was talking about graphics. But then it came to a point in 2019 where we were like, we must go beyond graphics. What are these graphic pieces for? Like I say, the graphic pieces were for marketing. So we had to look for the best way of engaging the audience so that our flyer doesn't just become a beautiful graphic piece, it becomes something that would sell. That's when I enrolled for Bachelor of Science in Marketing at Metropolitan. By then they had just shifted from town to the highway. But along the way, COVID came in and we were told to stay home. So I shifted from the other side. Now I learned online. So while doing that, I discovered that actually that's when I came to know real problems in the community. That's when I learned how to approach problems. I came to see that If your software doesn't solve a problem in a society, then it's just code on your PC. That's why most of you have many you call them demos and prototypes. Yeah. Others call them MVP. I don't know. I'm just a fresh of computer science at BSU, just 2 weeks. So some of the things I'm just learning. So in case I use a technical term wrongly, you'll forgive me. So I came to understand that a graphic piece that doesn't bring in sales, that doesn't solve a problem of your client, then it's just a beautiful graphic design. It's not helping anything. So we now started exploring the challenges around Mbarara, and we identified many. And then we were like, now Digitech Solutions Hub should become the Digital Technology Solutions Hub, as the name suggests. We are like, let's look at the solutions that these people are facing. We positioned ourselves as digital marketeers, helping many clients who are finding challenges in positioning themselves on online platforms. Even a simple basic like creating a Google business profile that is free of charge. And you may forgive them. Some of them don't even know that they should have it until they are told to share a location pin for their office or their shop, and they start struggling. So we were like, let's bridge that. Let's create solutions that will help business owners create presence, at least be there. If there is a client in Kampala setting off to come to Mbarara and they maybe would want assistance along the way, they go on Google, they search, and maybe they are assured that there are software companies in Mbarara that they would collaborate with. I watched a documentary on YouTube. It's called The Undercover Billionaire. You can check there. It's around 5 hours. So it was a billionaire in it's one of the states in US, and he wanted to show that it's still viable to start a billionaire company in US from scratch. But for him, obviously, he didn't start from scratch according to the documentary. He had $100 and an old pickup that was fueled full tank. So he started a journey from another state. He was showing how he was building. So if you can check it out, you would see, as a person that is starting, you see how to explore the opportunities in the society, and you build services that benefit the society. So now for us at Digitech Solutions Hub, we are helping business owners and professionals. Professionals, we talk about doctors, counselors, teachers, trainers, and all those whose voice and brand is not felt online. Like how my colleague Jonah was saying, the person that told me about Jonah, they were like, no person can code better than Jonah. But before I started coming to EYIT, I had never seen Jonah anywhere, even online. Yet he has products that are online. So our purpose is to help those people to position themselves in front of those that would buy or that would need their service, that would need his services. Then from that, we are also looking at creating digital software solutions for businesses. Like you have solutions on your PCs, but they are not monetized. We come and see how we can collaborate. And you earn from your code. I also earn from my connection. Most of you have your softwares, and the reason as to why they are not selling, you want 7 million, 10 million, 15 million. You want it to be sold off and you start on another thing. But for us, we have a different approach. We are saying, why can't you position it as SaaS, software as a service? Instead of waiting for that client that would buy it at 10 million, why can't you craft it in a way where clients will be subscribing and they pay, maybe one client pays 30K per month and you enroll 100 clients. So you keep on earning unlimited income as long as your solution, your software is still relevant in that situation. He talked of Pando bulk SMS. I came to him, I was like, I want to be a marketeer, but I don't want to sell your brand. May I want to sell Digitech SMS. So I was like, I want the service that is white labeled. This is where you create a solution that is not in your name. You create my version, you give it my name, but inside it's you giving me the service.
Are you guys collaborating?
Yes.
So the SMSs are his?
Yes. Then also the payment gateway I'm using is his. So you're seeing.
So the Digitech SMSs would have been Pandora SMSs or Pandora SMSs?
Yeah, but of course when I'm marketing the other side, it's Digitech SMS, you interact, my platform.
Skills of big businesses.
Yeah.
I didn't know by the way.
Yeah.
So the partnerships, like how to create very useful partnerships. He's working, collaborating with me.
Yes.
But his marketing has dictated.
Yes.
Here,
And we are here. We are not fighting. We are collaborators. Where I am also a digital marketing trainer at Women in Technology Uganda, Mbarara Hub here, where they teach different courses for free to women that are below 35 years. So I always tell them, create a meaningful network that will help you. The other one has a software. For you, you have your following, and this one has a business community. When you sit on the round table, what do you discuss? Do you discuss about Chirabo or you discuss about the things you're having? Everyone is laughing because they know what Chirabo means at the moment. But those are not the stories you should have when you sit on tables. He said he came here and he found when all of you have left. And he was wondering, the reason is, that's the time you will have to ask all the questions that you have. That's the time you will have to go extra beyond the theme that we are having. For us, we have a list of 20 business ideas that need technical development, which would benefit the community in Mbarara. Just like you have your 15 systems on your PC, you don't have clients. We have 20 business ideas that are looking for developers. That's why my expectations after here are: one, to get collaborators in making sure that those ideas come up. Two, also make money from you, because I'm also good at personal branding. You want me to position you in front of your clients that need you. Then also I had so many computer scientists. Now that it's a journey I've started on, I will need people to guide me, because we are doing the same course. That's why I told Ronald my story. It starts in reverse. They are talking of from student to entrepreneur. Now me, I'm from the entrepreneurship to skills. And the reason as to why I'm going there is because there are gaps that are still not yet filled by developers. When I had started Digitech SMS, I got 3 circles that were using my API. I don't know those that are in development. You know that's kind of a passive income. And I was sure that every month I will get a minimum of 200,000 shillings. And that 200,000 shillings maybe can fund my transport. But along the way,
so stable income.
Yeah. Along the way, the software malfunctioned. It was not allowing users to log in. So me, I was a tech novice. The last time I tried about websites, I was using WordPress, and I didn't know this raw code and whatever matches I had access to my cPanel. So I talked to the developer, handle this, 1 month, 2 months. The guys left the other ones that were using the APIs because clients were no longer getting OTPs and whatever. They left. Until I later got someone He had come for my, he had given me work that I had laid. So he was like, today I must sit with you, you finish this work and I take it. So I was like, as you're seated here, my portal has a problem. As I'm designing it was a label, a package label. It was a coffee product and they wanted a label to print in China. So I was like, as I'm working on you, check on my website to see what is the problem. And for him, he was like, no, you just need to update the PHP version. At least that one I knew. In 5 minutes, we had fixed a problem that made me lose 3 clients. So I was like, no, what kind of a problem is this? The other developer has spent 2 months without getting back to me. I was like, now I need to learn more so that at least those are the simple fixes I can do on my own. I need to get knowledge on how to manage some of the simple processes, just like how Jonah was saying that learning is continuous. And that's just like how this one, my friend told you that you should have some basics so that you know how to manage the processes. So as we are here, we already have Digitech streams. This one is basically for event live streaming, which EYIT does also. And I want to be sincere with you that we have collaborated on different functions. Like I'm here and so a client calls me and they are like, we need to stream something somewhere. Remember, I'm here, I cannot go off. I can talk to a staff at EYIT, handle this one in my name. And with the level of professionalism they have, I know they will go there as Digitech streams, not as EYIT. That's the collaboration we are talking about. We have, we are soon starting Digitech Academy, and this one will be about giving those digital, hands-on digital skills that that one would need. Some of the big names in town have benefited from our skills, but not officially as Digitech Academy. We have produced so many graphic designers. We have produced so many WordPress website designers. We have produced so many people that do event live streaming. We have produced so many people that do photography. We also run photography basically for digital content that markets business owners and professionals, because digital marketing needs digital content, of which digital content we have photography and video, photos and videos. So we also handle photography. Then we also handle digital consultancy. You want to get started, you're asking, you want to position yourself, you're digital, you're illiterate in digital technology. We handle you. You have staff. You're always telling them, let's have this meeting on Zoom. Someone doesn't know how to use Google Meet. So you call us, we go and train your staff on those basic digital literacy. And someone is laughing because they think this is something that is small. But I'm telling you, you are earning more money in that. You go there and train, you come back with your 1 million. So we have a list of so many things, but basically after here, those that are open for partnerships in system development, we can talk.
Thank you so much, Felix. For him, as he was explaining his products, he was actually teaching you. And really, you guys have inspired us in the modern way of doing business. I didn't know how you guys work, now I know. So in Jonah's discussion, he taught me how to develop WordPress websites. I think I actually learned it from Jonah himself. So my first website was a very big business for me. I earned $1 million. I was still at the university. I designed the very first website for Alliance Vocational College. And they paid me $1 million, and I designed another one for the director, Eri. He paid me around 600,000. So, and I thought, I need to start a business. I cannot be employed. I thought it was all simple. I thought it was just developing and earning, developing and earning. Of course, when I started the company, I didn't even get any business. I started the company in Ivanda. And the first cash I never had, but when I opened the business, I was now not getting. I didn't even get rent. yet I thought it was this simple. So I will never forget you, Jonah. You taught me how to develop websites, but you didn't teach me how to do business. so, so I thought now I know how to develop, I will succeed. And now this brings me to the next discussion, the opportunities. And I want to start with Evans. He went to the US. I think we were there almost at the same time. Last the same time I was also in the US. We were all doing masters. I was doing masters in different university. He was in different university. But one thing I can know, we all left what you would call a round of opportunities. As you're studying, there is a job coming for you. They are calling you for jobs. Jobs are everywhere. Like you really see this is fancy. But it was anyway not fancy enough for us, the entrepreneurs. We left and came to Uganda to explore the opportunities. So I want you to share with us what you see as some of the emerging opportunities in the digital space right now, which these young people could take advantage of, or the opportunities you're taking advantage of, and you feel they might not be here now, but maybe 10, 20 years, they could be a thing. And you'll give a comment on them, Felix, Jonah, then Erdon. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Do we need this, how did you call it, a teaser or a stretcher? Because I see most of the people behind are starting to... Yes, a teaser. Do we need a teaser again? So that we get lively again? I see most of the people behind are not listening in this side.
Popcorn is there to do justice.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
We gave you popcorn to keep you awake.
Okay, thank you very much, Ronald. He asked a question, and it's, what are the emerging opportunities that you guys can take on, or even us? What can we improve? What can we start and ensure that we serve the nation as we serve ourselves? Not so. So statistics show that 10% of businesses in Uganda are using technology, are embracing technology. That shows a very big gap. That shows only 10%, right? That shows that we have over 90% gap to fill. So it shows that we have a lot to improve. Another point is, a very important point is, it's not that for you to innovate, you have to go and start up something that has never been in existence. You can just go and improve what is there. For example, Digitech told you he wanted a white label SMS product, and I didn't have it. So what he did is riding on the Pandora infrastructure, but using his own brand, okay? Or if you want, you can now market as Mambo SMS or Pandora SMS and still make revenue from that. So he was not creating something that was not in existence. He was creating bulk SMS, but it was already there, right? I'll give you another example. SACCOs have been in existence. We have already seen SACCOs in our villages and even here in town. But you'll find that someone came and made like M-SACCO. He integrated it within the SACCO systems. And people are banking digitally. You can transact through your phone and the money goes to your SACCO account, right? So he did not start up a new SACCO, but he was modifying or improving what was already in place. So I can tell you that you can look at the problems you're facing. For example, how did you move from home to here? Maybe via border. How did you book that border? Did you just make a phone call? Did you walk? If you made a phone call, don't you think there would be a way? Maybe, let me say you made a phone call. He came, he was already there. The border guy was already there. You had to negotiate. Okay, maybe 2,000, 1,000, 1,500 or 3,000. What if all that was automated and it's on an app, and you can even sieve, or you select, this one is charging you 1K, this one is charging 800, and you choose the one of 800. That's an opportunity that can be refined and made better. Okay, look at the hotel industry right now. If I need to make an order for chips and chicken, okay, most of you will have to make a phone call. Do you have chips and chicken somewhere? But I'm saying you could have all that digitally being managed from your phone. Okay, we are in an era where almost 90% of people have smartphones, especially the youth. 90%, say actually 75% of the youth are using technology according to the statistics that were released some time back. Okay, that shows that we have a lot of market over the internet as opposed to selling the traditional non-digital products. Okay, so you can venture in any field, and like Ronald was saying in the beginning, you have to innovate, and innovation also includes identifying the problem, like you were saying. Okay, identify problems where you're coming from. I was discussing with a colleague some time back, talking about garbage collection. We're talking about garbage collection in our area, Makenke, where I come from, and you'll find that there's no app that coordinates all those garbage collectors. If I want them to come to my door to pick it, I have to make a phone call. It's also hard for them to track where they have picked and where they have not picked, right? So if someone came out and innovated or made an application that solves that problem, it's not that he has invented garbage collection. No, because people are already collecting it, but he has refined the process. Okay, so I think that is the basic explanation that I can give you on how to identify problems and fix those problems. Just like at Pandora Networks, we always say our vision and motto is using world-class solutions to solve our local problems. Okay, it's not that you're going to invent something new. You're not inventing the internet. You're not inventing a phone, but you can modify how the phone works. Okay? Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks very much. For me, my approach is simple, and it's about branding and digital marketing. There are two books I read, 22 Immutable Laws of Branding and 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. And they are saying the market always remembers the first one to do something. Look around where you are. Look at the problems and create a solution. The market will always remember you as the person who solved this problem. But if you're in an area where you find, to the best of your research, all the problems there are solutions to every problem you're there, that all the problems that are there.
Let me hear, you have said something. I want to use an example that normally happens to us and we relate with it. So we normally go to events, and we're going to stream them. Then someone tells you, hey, you want to do this thing I see those of the EYIT do. And I tell, no, we are the EYIT. And then you say, oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
See someone really happy, comfortable. I think maybe you are probably.
Yeah. Actually, when live streaming was becoming something in Mbarara, I think there were a few people that could do it. That's in 2020. I'm not saying we started it, but at least we made it popular. It was me, it was DJ Mats, and Sankara. We are the people that made live streaming, popular and get known here in Mbarara. But EYIT concentrated on that, continuous. And it's a household name when you talk of live streaming. Much as for us, we were so much business oriented, no money, no streaming. For them, they are like relevant. They could stream those services when you were stopped from going to church. It became a household name. That's why now when you talk of streaming, they think of EYIT. But in case you want to venture into live streaming and EYIT is already there, then become the best alternative. Everyone is taking, at the moment we are all taking Rwenzori here. But if at all, I pointed here. If at all we were not, if at all we found ourselves not affording Rwenzori, Which alternative would we switch to? Okay. In the recent past, it used to be Aquasipi. So Aquasipi became the best alternative. So it became known that people will be like, Aquasipi is also like Rwenzori, but those who take Rwenzori will tell that it's not. But at least it could be like, if you can't afford Rwenzori, there is Aqua. So you target your market. You find Aquasipi will never get into conflict with Rwenzori because they are serving. Yes, they are all. It's all water, but serving different clients. So if you find EYIT is already there, become the best alternative. We have a Safe Border, but Safe Border has refused to come to Mbarara. I don't know, for whatever reasons. Create Mbarara-based Safe Border. That's why we have business directories around, but we don't have the one that serves to the interest of Mbarara. Now, Digitech Solutions Hub, in partnership with Josh Tech's Solutions, we are developing an app called Muriwa. It's the provisional name. But the purpose is to create the listing that is Mbarara based, that serve the interests of Mbarara. In 2 months' time, it will be rolled out. We are still testing it. It's not that we are the first ones to create business directories, but we are like the ones that are existing are not serving the interests of Mbarara. So you can look at what EYIT is not doing. I'm using EYIT because it's what we understand. But when I'm talking about EYIT, I'm saying you can look at the existing solutions. You look at what they are ignoring, and for you come from there. I always see events here. They are collecting tickets. They are selling tickets from door to door, and you find someone is not buying a ticket just because they think they are not going there, or they don't have where to buy those tickets from. So in one of the list of the ideas we are having, much as there is Quicket in Kampala, there is still a gap between those Quicket people and Mbarara community. Probably maybe the level of verification is still tight. So we are like, why can't we create our own? So that it makes it possible to sell tickets, event tickets, even if it's 2K, even if it's 3K. Why don't we have solutions that are Mbarara based? We sell tickets. We know if an upcoming artist is coming, we are not going to ask them whether they are registered or whatever. At least we know these people have been with us. We make it easy for them to sell tickets, even to those people abroad. You're already seeing people going live on TikTok, on Bruno K's, whatever. They say buy tickets, then they are putting there, they're asking for phone numbers. Bruno K is publishing the phone number they are using for contribution, but in the comment section, there are other phone numbers being sent as the numbers to deposit the money. Then you hear the moderator saying, those posting wrong numbers, stop, the official phone number is here. Why can't we have a link where someone can say, the link is on so-and-so's app. You go on so-and-so's app, search for the event, then buy a ticket. That is a solution that can be done. So the opportunities are not going to come from the US, because you realize that the solutions that were made were based on the other community. For example, those that are into WordPress coding, especially those that build e-commerce stores, you'll find challenges in integrating payment systems. You find the only direct payment gateway they have is PayPal. But now come to Uganda, PayPal is not our thing. So you can be like, now I want to develop the WordPress, whatever, but that is so much convenient for the Ugandan community. Like he has said, the pool is still full of opportunities. Nkayeso kuyachigambere nguchi ngo byo kusharurana byinji konka bo kusharurana bo baki. Yes, that's Mbarara is still virgin for every tech idea that comes up. So when you go for events, don't just look at Ray G dancing, look at how the process is going. Someone is saying they are fighting on stage just because they are missing out on the order. Can't you create an app whereby if this one is an event manager, he goes there and publishes the program, like everything goes in order. You find even the musicians don't have to fight. You're the DJ, you don't know whether your artist is coming next. You go to the app, you go on the event details, maybe you select your role as the DJ, and now they notify you on how these things will go. So the solutions, rather the money, the opportunities are in the problems that we are facing. Think hard. When you come here, look at us. See what we are at the moment. No one is, we are streaming live, right? But I'm not sure that we are on all platforms. What if we had a content creator, maybe a TikToker, that is, posting those small bites? Yeah, those small clips. Before you know it, a certain event, a government event that can pay you more money will come here, and they want that person that would create content, and they will base on these clips that you did from here to give you a bigger opportunity.
So even this event alone is an idea.
Yes, it's an idea. We have an idea called Digitech Series. It will be a product that is pushing business content strictly. We shall start with weekly engagements that are online. We push them to physical. Then we will build a website for it. Then we also build a streaming platform whereby we record such sessions. Then we publish them there. As someone is driving from Kampala to Mbarara, they are listening to such talks. So that will create a base of knowledge, which it will start when it's a free product, but as it gains traction, we shall charge it. Only the premium users will be accessing it. So that when you want to start, you want to get legal knowledge, this Jonah Kasinga goes and publishes or discusses, and we publish there on the website. You want to formalize business, you don't know how to do it, we shall get those people, stakeholders in URSB, to come and give us interviews and steps and blogs. We publish, so you find everything that has to do with business will be in that product called Digitech Series. But still there, Ninchenda Yemukono, our developers. So those are the opportunities we can talk about.
Thank you so much, Felix. Before you go to Jonah, I just wanted to Felix has shared something very, very important, and I think whoever thinks cannot have an idea, probably you're not using your head enough, because I imagined an event like this, we are not even posting about it on social media. We are busy here, Smith is busy, like the staff is engaged. Probably one of you could have offered themselves in the morning and say, you know what, just give me like a 5K. I keep posting everything here on X. You could have really had your lunch in one or another. But while I was in the US, and Evans will testify to that, I found there is literally an app for everything. Everything and anything, whether you want a barber, whether you want anything, and whoever has that app is actually rich. They are actually rich when they come here. Actually, they are the people giving us grants. They are the people giving us, yes, the people who own those apps are the ones giving us grants. An app for your pruna, you want someone to do your garden, like anything really. So, but for us here, do we have an app for those? Maybe we think about big things. But what I like about Felix, I think Felix has broken down literally this idea. So, meaning you can do anything. You can pick an idea, develop it. Of course, what happens after developing is business. How do you now talk like a businessman? So it's very, very important. And we have a lawyer here, and I'm going next to him, a technology lawyer or a technologist and a lawyer at the same time. So I was in Nairobi for a month, I talked to a gentleman who was a lawyer but was transitioning to technology. And at that time, he was building a platform. He called it iCode Law. That is the name of his platform, iCode Law. So he wanted to specialize in copyright for technologists. He was building a platform to help us apply for patents, filing patents, understanding, connecting with lawyers who understand patent and all that. I really need to check out and see where he has reached. But I like the way he was combining technology and the law, because he studied law for 4 years in the Kenyan University. As soon as he graduated, he never practiced law. He immediately enrolled for a coding program by Andera. So he finished it. Now he was building that platform. So you realize probably by now he might be rich, or he has already started giving us donations because yeah, such people with small ideas become donors. Yeah. Opportunities that are coming up in the field of digital economy.
Thank you, Ronald, and everyone else who has spoken before. You talked about ideas that are interesting, and I remembered something crazy. There is a certain idea we're talking about, and we burst into laughter about rent collection. And some guy was like, but in Dubai, these guys automate their apartments and it is automatic. When your rent is due, you're locked out. So you receive an SMS 2-3 days to the day your rent is due, reminding you to pay 2 days again. On the day when your rent is due in the morning, the SMS now reminds you to switch off the lights and water. Those ones go off first. Then in the evening you come and you can't check in. The card can't work, you know? So you can imagine such a thing. How many people are running up and down with tenants here in Imbarara? So he talked about an idea for almost everything, and I remembered that. It looks funny, but trust me, it can make you a lot of money. Yeah, back to opportunities. They've broken down a lot. Maybe a quick one. How many of us here have tried to code? Just by show of hands. You've tried to write some code. How many are passionate about code? It is very okay if you're also not passionate. It's very okay. How many are passionate about the course but don't like code for now? By show of hands. No, you be honest. You know yourselves. No, you know yourselves. We were 25 in our class. The people who practice code, we are less than 5. You know? So it is very okay not to be like that. Yeah? However, I'm driving towards the bit of opportunities. The field of technology has a wide range of opportunities, even if you're not coding. It's not for coders only, okay? The coders, check what is there and you can try to replicate it. You will survive. Scratch your head a little harder and maybe think of something else that is crazy. You will still make money, yeah? However, you cannot make money in isolation. You cannot. So within the realm of technology, the opportunities of the products you'll come up with, like my colleagues have pointed out, and these ones you don't need to think a lot. Step out and see what is happening. If you can't think of a new idea, see how the supermarket system is working at Chirimi, come up with something like that. Look for your own clients. You will survive. Yeah? Then we have this other category of people. For me, I don't know how to code and I've given up. I'm not going to force myself. But I've done IT, I've done computer science, I've done information systems. I understand something about tech. Yeah? I appreciate what tech can do. I know what tech can do. And I know its value. I know how much it can yield. We have that category. But I cannot code and I'm not willing to even code. But I'm a good businessman. Yeah? Look for the guy with code. Look for the guy with these products and work with him. He talked about the branding at Big Tech. Yeah? Look for the people who have these products and partner with them. You see, Norbert Mao one time said, if I can have just 1% in a supermarket, it's better than having 100% in a kiosk. When he already has a product that he's selling, and you don't even like to code, but you know something about tech, talk to him, begin selling his products, Of course, you now go as you, like the same way he's doing the SMSs that are Pandora's. Then when time comes for installation, you say, let me invite my team. He comes as your team. He does the work. You earn your 20% or 30% or whichever cut, depending on how you two have agreed. And you're also surviving. That is one area that you can pick an opportunity from. There's another area that is a little blended, partly coding, partly so much of business. Let's look at Facebook. We wake up each morning. I love Facebook a lot because it was one of the best social media sites that we embraced in our times. For you, there is now TikTok and so many others. For us, being on Facebook was really G. We even had Facebook Zero. So we would pay money to go to a cafe just to Facebook and send someone a message since WhatsApp was not there. So you'd send from a cafe on Facebook. So let's take a look at Facebook. We wake up each morning, we post the content. He posts, I post. Then I read his content, he's reading yours, he's reading hers. She has posted pics, he's looking at her pics and liking, someone else is commenting. Then what is Zuckerberg doing? Zuckerberg is talking to MTN and is telling MTN, look here, I've collected 300,000 youths from Western Uganda and they are all there camping on my platform. Why don't you give me money for adverts and I post there? Then MTN gives Zuckerberg money, and after it has given Zuckerberg money, do you know what Zuckerberg does? He again comes to him who is on Facebook and is like, but I see you have a good following. Why don't you monetize your account? So that now adverts can do what? Can come through and you'll earn something. So MTN is paying Zuckerberg, for example, 10,000 and Zuckerberg is giving him 800 shillings and walking home with 9,200.
All of us become happy.
Yes, and everyone goes home happy. Zuckerberg doesn't own the content that we've posted. He's not the one advertising, but we are all doing the things by ourselves. You know? Look at YouTube. They don't own the videos. We come and post the videos ourselves. After we've posted the videos, we come and watch them ourselves. We like them by ourselves. Then we again go and ask Google that, look here, I want to advertise my things. Then Google again comes to us who have posted the videos and then posts the content there for advert. And of late, they've even become so weird. After they've posted the adverts that they are paid to post, they're again asking for money from me that now if you don't want to view that advert, you pay for a premium account. You see? So that is actually, it's not even thinking outside the box, it is thinking without the box. So that is another category. If I'm to simplify it and use a normal model around town here, it's so common in Kampala. In Imbara, I think we don't have it yet. Kampala being a city and with a very high population, people be aggressive. I wake up in the morning, I don't have stock for clothes, but he runs a boutique at his view. So what I do, I climb up and tell him, so he gives me 3 trousers. Me, I step down and look for customers. Then I sell the trousers. Then when I find someone who wants actually, he instead wants a cargo pant and me, I have the jeans. I tell him, I just sold on a little. Let me go and pick from my other shop. Then I go to his shop again. I pick a cargo pant. I bring and give him. So in the evening, I balance him off, give him 45. I pocket 5,000. So that same thing can be pushed online. Yeah? Or as an app. Uber doesn't own these cars. Safeboarder doesn't own the motorcycles. You too, you don't need to own the boutique. You don't need to be good at coding. Go to them. They code for your platform. You go to him who has clothes and you tell him, look here, me have several people online. Let us have a deal. I'm going to take pics of your clothes. I see you share them on WhatsApp, but not everyone has time to view your status. Your status is only viewed by people who have your number saved. How about me taking pics of your clothes? You don't lose anything. Me, I will only take the pics. I list on my online shop. And then when people buy, you deliver, or I will deliver. Then eventually me, I have my cut off. Trust me, you're expanding his business, but you're also doing business. And how are you doing business? You've not put in capital. Okay, maybe since you don't know how to code, you've paid them to do for you that car app. And you've spent the rest of the day pushing it and advertising it. So eventually you're selling clothes that are not yours and you're making money out of technology. That is another opportunity that we can really live off. Then you can do the talking as well, and that's also another opportunity that we can always pick money from. You imagine right now, Ronald collected all of us here. By the way, you people need to appreciate EYIT for this. I don't know where you people are going to find me. I don't know where you were going to find me to tell you this, where you were going to find him and him and him. Yeah? And we are giving you this knowledge free. Or we are advising you this free. We are doing the feasibility study for you. We are telling you about what happens in the field, real life stories, and we are giving you this information free. Trust me, this is information that someone can pay for. Because now from this, there are certain mistakes now you'll not make. From this, you can now make a personal decision and say, okay, fine. Now that I see coding might be a bit tricky for me, but I'm aggressive, I can quickly sell to people. Why don't I take up the business part of technology? I start a company, it advertises products, but the products will be picked from another company. We sell and we keep going. So that opportunity I'm driving towards is that you can always now get a camera, all these that we use now for filming, and you keep doing this talking series like we are doing here. That is another opportunity you can pick money from as far as tech is concerned. Yeah, the opportunities are so enormous, but I think I will stop at that because those are the ones so far I can really see around. But if you meet me 10 minutes from now, I will again have others.
Thank you so much, Jonah. Honestly, we have benefited a lot from this, and you'll forgive me. I keep tickling Erdogan every time these guys are talking, because I discovered even us, Erdogan and I, are not doing things right, because Jonah is implementing an education system in different schools. We are doing the same, but our target market, we are targeting teachers, we are targeting district education officers. So in other words, our product can actually, we can build a product on top of Jonah's, because we are helping the other guys get data, we are helping teachers get. It's kind of like an e-learning platform. So that's why we are signing up teachers. We are only signing up the education officers. Maybe Jonah could be signing up schools as a whole and managing their fees and marks. We don't do any of those. We only see how can a teacher go to class, teach better. After teaching better and give exams, then Jonah comes in to manage what? Results. And isn't it so, Jonah? And that's so, in other words, right now Jonah should be, we should be collaborating with Jonah at the moment, but did we have the business understanding like that? No, those guys had it. So we are benefiting from them. But we want to quickly move to Erdogan, and after Erdogan we will discuss the last part of our workshop. Erdogan is going to tell us AI opportunities that are in place, how he's building AI products, and how some of you could utilize that space. People are talking about AI, then AI tools, AI models. How can those AI models actually become businesses? Yeah, that's what we want to hear from Erdogan. A few minutes, then we wrap it up with a final session of our workshop.
Thank you very much. May I want to start with the questions. How many of you have used the ChatGPT right now? How many of you use it during assignments? So, how many of you have paid for ChatGPT?
When I was in the US, but now I'm not saying.
So, how many of you have tried to at least implement any artificial intelligence model? So, did it succeed?
Yeah.
Wow. I think you can share it with us. And
yes, I will tell you.
okay. So about AI, actually, you just use AI. Some people have the mentality that AI came to take our jobs, but really, that's not the case. Actually, it's here to help us. Because right now, everything you do, you should be using AI. Either you're a graphics designer, you're a software engineer, you're a software developer, web, mobile, you should be using AI. Because you can't think everything from scratch. You should go to AI, but what matters is how do you use your AI? You can ask AI a question, we can ask the same question, but you get different answers. And one could be right and one could be wrong. Why? So it means someone could be having knowledge about, there is a term called prompt engineering. Who knows that? Prompt engineering. Actually, some developers call themselves prompt engineers. Do you know about it? Who are they?
Basically, from my perspective, I think it's how you instruct AI to build something for you, the right way to instruct.
So actually, that is it. Thank you. So AI, you should be having knowledge on how to use AI to get what you want. Actually, there are some lessons about AI usage. You can find them online. You can find them YouTube. There are certain websites you can find the AI. So now I want to tell you how I use AI. In our teaching and learning system, we have AI, and that AI helps the teachers to generate notes, to analyze students' performance, to generate schemes of work and reports. So AI, you can use, models are already built. They are there. You don't need to build a model unless, I don't know why you wanted to build a model, yet they are there. Because it's a big thing. You need a big thing. You can't handle it if you're not financially stable. But you can use the already built models to achieve what you want. But the main point is how to use it. Because in our systems, for us, we use an open AI model. Of course, you have to pay for it, but it's not all that expensive. It's called ChatGPT Open AI model. You just subscribe, you pay for tokens, then you just create requests from your system via an API to the AI, then it brings you answers. So working with AI, there is no special skills you need. Just you have to be smart and neat. That's all what you want, because AI there, it does everything. So it's up to you how you use it to get what you want. You get? So that's all what you need about AI. Just learn how to use AI to get what you want. That's when you will be like, yes, AI can work for me. But without that, you can't use AI.
Maybe to add on something for you. Even if you don't know how to use AI can teach you how to use AI, right? For example, what do I mean? Let me say you want to use Gemini, but you're good at using ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT how to use, and it will guide you. So use the AI that you know to guide you on how to use what you don't know.
I'm done.
Maybe, I don't know if you want to share more about the model you built and that process, and maybe share your perspective on AI opportunities. Yeah.
Thank you. I think one of the projects was highly classified, and I signed a non-disclosure agreement. So I might not go deep into that. But maybe to give you a brief insight of how you can use AI to design something that can benefit you and the community. I think it's like 6 months ago, or like 7 months ago, when there were university applications, when senior 6 students were applying to go to university. I designed something. I would get documents like these. How do they are they called weighing systems? How do they term those documents? There are documents from job forms, and then there are documents that calculate the weights for every course. So you upload them onto a paid version of ChatGPT, and then that system would calculate weights for every course. You just type in that I am called this one, I have this combination. Let me say you have PEM Art or PCM, and the system will compute the weights that you have and to tell you which course you qualify for. Okay? So I think you can use AI to design so many other systems that can solve problems for society. Okay? Let me say you have a booklet, a template that has all the all the mechanics in Barara and their specialization. Okay? And someone wants a mechanic that will repair a hybrid car. Then he will not move around all the garages around Barara looking for someone that will repair a hybrid. Okay? So he will just scan or ask, and the system will show them exactly what they are looking for. It will be AI guiding those people, okay, the users. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think about AI, if you probably were scared about it and all that, I think you don't need to be. Models are there, all those things. So it's a matter of knowing how to work around it and you're good to go. Maybe also Evans, Felix, just share briefly how one can find the right problem to solve. Because all of you have talked about problem solving, you have solved problems. It might feel something big, solving a problem, but how do you, is there a right problem to solve anyway? So how do you find that problem and how do you solve it? Just briefly, then we finish.
Should I go first or dictate? Thank you. So how do you find the problem to solve? The right problem to solve. I think it all comes down to you as an individual. You will not think of a solution for me, okay, a problem for me, when you yourself, you're not facing it. Okay? Just like I gave you an example. If you're looking for a border, it means it's you looking for that border to take you somewhere. So it's starting with you as an individual. Look around yourself. Look where you stay, where you work from, how you commute from home to work or from home to school or even around your university. Which problems are you facing as students? Which problems are you facing as an individual? And how do you think an ideal solution would be structured so that it solves that very problem? And that is exactly how you start. Okay? Do not be here and you think of problems that will solve solutions that can solve problems in West Nile when you're right here in Barara. Okay? Because a solution that can solve a problem right here in Barara can also be applicable in West Nile. Not so? Yes. Maybe another thing is as you design those solutions for problems, learn how to brand yourself and build a reputation that can be trusted. I've given Big Tech gave you a very good example. When he served one client, the client paid even less than what was needed to execute the work, but he had to even put in his own money to keep the reputation. Not so? And I think that reputation gave you more clients. Me personally, Big Tech Solutions Hub has worked on my graphics, I think, since 2019 to even now. Okay? Why? Because they don't even lose clients. Exactly. That's also a very important point, because if you keep getting clients, but you're losing other clients, then you're just wasting time. Ensure that whichever client you get, retain them. Why? Because actually 10 good clients, 10 solid and happy clients are better off than 100 crying clients or clients that are just making noise about you. Not so? So build a brand, build a reputation, and scale. Another thing, when we talk about branding, we're talking about personal branding and also your company branding. It becomes funny. I've seen this happen so many times. Someone is applying for internship at Pandora. They send an email and they're like, you find the email address is courbadman@gmail.com. I'm like, Courbadman? You hold Ahereza Brian, but your email is courbadman@gmail.com. Are you really branding yourself as a good student or as a bad man? So, now back to the part of the company. Let me use the example of EYIT, since we are all talking about EYIT. I like the way they brand themselves. When they are going to, recently I had an interview with some gentlemen, and the EYIT team was part of that very interview. They were the ones holding the cameras. I like the way they present themselves, smartly dressed, with the logo here showing EYIT. You know that you're dealing with someone from a reputable company. Assuming these people, assuming these people were going out there in the field, but they're just dressed in, casual clothes. Someone is putting on a jean, another one is putting on a vest. I don't think they would get the same respect that they are getting right now. Not so. So when you're talking about you as an individual branding yourself, okay, in a company form, because most of you will start, if you said you're called who? Chelsea. If I say Chelsea Enterprises and I come here, buy a t-shirt, put on Chelsea Enterprises, I enter EYIT and I'm like, I'm here, I do repair for cameras. I think you'll be given more respect and more attention than someone who just came in casually, dressed like the way you are right now, saying you repair cameras. I talk about this from experience. Whenever I'm going to business meetings, I find it better when I go to that very meeting with a branded t-shirt. Even my car is branded. You have seen cars around Bara written on Pandora. Every car we get, we make sure it's branded. Why? It makes a lot of sense when I park somewhere talking about Pandora and they see Pandora. Okay? But if I came in a car that is not branded, I don't think they would give you the same audience that they would give. I've seen this out of experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So you have made me modify the question. So Jonah and Felix will answer. So you're going to talk about how you've been able to solve the right problem, or how one can solve the right problem. But then you also talk about personal branding. So you guys, and my understanding of personal branding is really the public perception about you, the public opinion on you, not as an individual, but in relation to the work you do. So talk about that, the right problem and personal branding. Then Jonah will talk about the same, and I will give you a chance to give us the closing shots. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks very much. I will not go much into identifying the problems and creating the right solution. He has talked about it, but just to echo it, that it will start from the real problems that you face. So if you find challenges in finding the right, maybe you're this person that is always on the move and you don't have private means of transport, you're always relying on public transport. Just know the challenge you face is also another person's challenge. So if you face that challenge, look around the people that are also in that system or in that society. Look at how many people are facing the same challenge. You may find you're the only one facing that challenge, so that one won't be a business opportunity, because you want to create a solution for yourself and you again make money out of that. So it must be a solution that is serving a certain number that can promise you sustainability and scalability. At least it must be something that is there for some time. I remember during COVID times, we have many people that started businesses in selling Covidex and masks. But where are they now? So at that moment, it seemed to be a solution, and they were creating that solution, but that solution was not sustainable. We knew that at one point they would find solutions of vaccines to COVID, and maybe Covidex will not be on a high demand like it used to be. So when you're looking at a solution, look at a solution that is sustainable and scalable. We started when we were graphic designers, but right now we are discouraging clients who are coming for one-off flyers. We are saying, if you're a company You're coming for a flyer, we shall charge you 50K if it's a one-off. Then if you are an individual, we shall charge you 32K. That one is not some huge, it's not a huge fee, but then according to the market price, it's way above. But why are we doing this? We believe that it was not just graphic designing. We are helping this person to express themselves. So why don't we give them a whole package? So now you can enjoy our graphic designing services under a package. If you're starting, we know you need branded shirts or corporate wear, like they were saying. You need customized stationery. You need books of accounts. You need IDs, you need stamps and all that. We don't want you to go, you're going to ask for business. You've gone with maybe the brochures and now they ask you for a company profile. You say you don't have and you ask for permission to go back. While you're going back, there is another gentleman coming in with everything. So we are saying, like DigTech Solutions Hub, we have a combo, like a startup branding combo, where you find everything that you will need to go and face your prospects. So we started as graphics, but then we kept on adding until now we reached at a point where we are looking at software solutions. So if you want to solve a problem, let it assure you that it will be sustained, it will generate you the amount of money that will keep you in business. Because at the end of the day, you need to live, you need to pay bills, and you need to do something for yourself. And that will take time. So it must be something that is here for some time. Then, while doing that, work on your personal branding. I'm sorry to judge someone that is already dead, but this person, this rugby guy that was killed by those mob justice fellows. You see, sometimes, somehow, somewhere, I blamed it on the appearance. Somehow, somewhere, because we have this Ugandan thinking, much as we are trying to erase it, but we don't. It's not yet erased out completely. Someone is crying that thief, but we know many thieves are always having, this hair, whatever. So we find the other person came and he judged us like, this must be a thief by the looks. And just like how the father said, when he was giving a speech, he was at the wrong scene in that time when it was happening. Why are we saying a wrong scene? When you are in tech, creating solutions for business people, why don't you tag along those people? Look for places where they are. While there, they give you the opportunity to speak. Get something, they call it elevator pitch. Talk about what you do, who you are, what you do, how you do it, and the purpose it serves in less than 30 seconds. You're already done. Like, for me, if you just tell me to introduce myself, even if I've just woken up, I will tell you I'm MTF Baker, a digital marketer at DigTech Solutions Hub, a branding and digital marketing agency helping business owners to establish powerful online presence that converts traffic into revenue. How long did I take? I talked about the people I serve. I talked about the services we serve them with, and I talked about the value they get from me. I help you having that traffic, but it's not getting you money. So that's the problem that many people are having. They tell you, I have 100,000 followers, but they are not converting into money. So if you have that problem, we'll be like, by the way, I have a business, we talk after this. Because like he said, how he told the guy on site, you don't have like these minutes we are having here to grab that opportunity. You have a few seconds. Maybe after here, everyone wants to talk to Jonah. So he's giving you 10 seconds. So just look for the way of introducing yourself when you're given opportunity. When they say talk about yourself, they are not interested in your names. Never. They want to know why you're there, why you're here. So let someone, from your introduction, let someone know what you do, why you're there, and maybe just like you were talking about your objectives. And make sure, much as we have the other saying of fake it until you make it, but let's try in some way, try to, try to look what we are faking.
So when you have a chance, like we're here, they are taking photos. Take a chance and request for those photos. Post them somewhere. Talk about where you've been, what you've been sharing. If you had a chance, an opportunity to share, talk about what you shared. Someone will ask you if maybe Sebi who is presenting, someone will be like, can you offer private sessions? I also want you to talk to. I want you to talk to my team, and you say my session, I charge maybe 100K per hour. You agree on the terms, and you go and do business. But no one will know about you when you're not positioning yourself, when you're not commanding your presence in places where you are. They may not be digital around much as our talk is on digital. Join social clubs you're seeing, Rotary, Lions, Toastmasters, business groups. In Kapa they have Bagaga Kwagarana. Here we haven't. I think it's an idea between me and Ronald that we have slept on for some good time. Maybe we need someone to push our whatever. But belong at least be somewhere. Those tech communities like EYIT, at least when you're in touch with EYIT, they are always telling you what is happening. I started coming to EYIT in 2018. I've never stopped. I come here, I talk to you people, then someone gets inspired, they come, they join us, we train them in what we are doing. They also help us offload some of the loads we have. Jonah Kasinga here may be having good deals, and you find that businesses that have left him have not left him because he doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe he was overloaded. So when you position yourself as someone that can handle a project or that can handle a process in a project, Jonah Kasinga may pick you and he's like, come and offload this one for me. As he is here, maybe on his phone there's someone is asking him how far with my app. So what if he had a process handler that would be helping that and they get things moving? But Jonah will not get to know you when you're not attending events like this, when you're not participating, when you're online. Get those people that inspire you, engage on their content so that you create your visibility. If they have, maybe for TikTok lives, if they have the other chance where you tap and request for like a box to be there, request, you talk about yourself, and you never know. Some of the clients, I get them from my fellow designers' content. Someone creates content, the other one comes and asks questions, and you find maybe the creator is busy, is not answering. Me, I come and answer on his content. Then someone is like, hey, so you also do this, can I get in touch with you? Before you know it, he's a client. I always tell people, the opportunity I got at Widu, it was because I volunteered and created awareness about the services I'm doing. So when the right time reached, I was contacted. Now this time for payment, not for. Yeah. So you position yourself in the circles that have your target audience. Look for the industry you want to venture into, and now ask yourself, these people that would be my clients, where do they spend their time? You're targeting premium clients, but premium clients in Bara, but you've never been to any Rotary event, you've never been to sports club, you've never been to Las Vegas, you've never been to Triangle. Are you going to get those rich clients from our Kafunda there? You know where we always buy our cheap lunch? our cheap lunch around here. You will not get that target client from there. Once in a while, spend that 50K painfully, have that lunch from an expensive happening place. But while there, don't just eat and go.
Because the mission is not
The mission is not to eat. Eating is a gate pass. But the mission is to meet those people. Sit near them. They are always discussing their business problems. Sit near them. There is this nyama. I'm not marketing for them, but there is this buzi choma here. How much is their plate? So someone that can afford buzi choma plate maybe twice a week means has some kind of disposable income. So if you're selling a monthly subscription for his boutique to enroll on your point of sale product, it will be his pocket change. Yes. So when he gets enrolled and he's happy, he will refer you to other circles of his, where you would not have got that opportunity to reach them had you not found them where they are. Someone was trying to introduce me to golf. They are saying, stop fearing this perception by the public that it's a game for the rich. It's just because they don't allow that mediocre mindset. They are telling you when you're in a golf club, you have a chance of requesting for a match between you and King Karisa. And you're there moving in the whole course from hole 1 to hole 18 and whatever. You're there 2 people, that you're discussing what? So you want to get the opportunity to talk about the business you're doing, and maybe if there is a chance, he maybe sees of the wolf connecting you. Maybe you're into supplies. Or you have a cleaning business. Let's not look at those big businesses. You have a cleaning business. He can be like maybe the one that is always cleaning for us is overloaded. They may give you 2 floors of next media park. You clean those. Or he connects you to someone else. They may not employ, but they have friends who have that need. So be where those people you're targeting are. I know it comes at a cost, but you can be calculative and see how you can position yourself there. While there, don't beg for money. Don't beg for lunch. Beg for opportunities. I have a friend called Mishka Nicholas. He runs an EYIT International. He told me one time when he had a chance to interact with Frank Tumwebaze, by then he was the minister for ICT and whatever. So he told Nicholas, he was like, Nicholas, I'm not giving you the one MT and whatever. Tell me where you want me to connect you. And I connect you. Whether it's about servicing CCTV cameras, tell me what you have and I connect you, but I'm not giving you hard cash. When you ask for lunch from the rich, you frustrate them. I always find this guy saying, these street kids, but me, I remember I sell bulk SMS. If I have a premium client for bulk SMS, the highest amount I can earn is 30 shillings from that client, 30 shillings. But so I'm convincing the client to give me his 30 shillings. And now there's this street kid saying, give me 500. Get 500 and divide it by 30. 16. Yeah, 16. It means I have to first send 16 messages to get what to give to this street kid who has been sleeping. But if you ask me for something else where that is creating a win-win, there at least I get the courage to connect you. So don't, when you meet those rich people, don't ask for free rides, don't ask for free lunch, ask for business connections and opportunities. The lunch, fund yourself. The transport, fund yourself.
Thank you so much. We can hand over to Jonah, and you will eventually give your closing shots. I think Felix has given his. Then we'll do Evans and Evan.
All right, two things. One, I was to talk about problem solving, right?
Solving the right problem and then how you have done it yourself. By the way, one thing I know about Jonah, Jonah is a disciplined software developer in town. He's not like those welders who to your and after 2 days he has already solved it to someone else. Jonah is a very, very, very disciplined software developer with integrity. What he tells you is what you get. That's branding, but you can tell us more about that. Over to you.
Okay, beginning with problem solving. One thing that we always have to put at the back of our minds is that we have to survive. We are not solving problems for leisure. We are solving them so that we earn a living. Yeah? I keep telling people that for me coding is not a side thing, it's the main thing. It's a piece of work that should get make a 50 by 100 somewhere in Okoma CB. It's like a same piece of work that should get me an old car and I drive it around. It's the same piece of work that should also manage to enable me put up some simple rentals within town. So whenever we are looking at problem solving, for it to really succeed, to be a problem you're solving, can you think through the business aspect of it? If you really can't think through the business aspect of it, personally from a professional side, I would advise Linda if you're not in a hurry. Yeah, because for now we are trying to make money and that is it. So whenever you think of a problem, I'm building on to what the earlier speakers have taken you through, identifying the problem, which problem you're going to work on, blah, blah. Yeah? Think of one thing, can I make money out of this problem? Can I sit and check through the whole tunnel till the very end? I'm not going to wait for that light. I want to see if I can have a clear projection of what the tunnel looks like. Yeah? If I really can't figure that out, then maybe I might check out another problem, honestly. We don't just need to develop for leisure, don't code for leisure. Yeah? You'll waste a lot of your youthful days if you're coding for leisure.
Coding is not charity.
It's not charity. This is business and we are making money out of it. We want to survive, we want to take care of ourselves, we want to afford good shoes, we want to afford a good meal. We don't want to eat commando. Yeah, so basically problem solving, that is what I can add on to it. Always look at how you can convert your problem into money. If you can't figure out the money aspect of it, press next and think through the next problem. Problems are so many. Till when you find one that will earn you a living and you'll be good to go. Let's take a quick look at branding. I'm going to break down branding into two. You yourself as an individual, then the business. Something Evans had hinted on, I'll just try to build on to that. I will use a real world scenario. Developers, I think some developers have a misconception. They want to look like the scientists we used to be in secondary school back then. They don't bathe, they don't brush, they dress the way they want. Have you come across such scientists? They think that that is what makes them scientists. No. You think being a developer gives you a license to dressing up badly, smelling badly? No. You need to work on yourself personally. How you appear, trim your hair. Don't show up looking like you're coming from war. Trim your hair, take a bath, yeah, and you smell normal. Dress up well. Because I need you to put yourself in the shoes of someone supposed to give you business. You move into an office and you have bad breath. You have bad breath. The t-shirt you're wearing is torn under the armpit and you're asking for 5 million. And you're asking for 5 million, honestly. Would you give such a person 5 million? You don't even have a handkerchief. You jumped off a border, you're sweating and you're using your fingers. and you want 5 million. You know? So there are those basics that you have to work on, how you appear. Especially the very first time. Personally, if I'm coming to negotiate a deal the very first time, you people need to see me. I can tuck in. I dress up real professionally. Here I'm casual. Here I have not dressed. I dress up so well because I'm coming to impress. Yeah, then the next time I'm coming to update the system, I will come looking like this. Yeah, because I already impressed you, you know me. Our mindset in Uganda and Africa at large, if I come wearing a suit, for example, looking so good and holding my no problem bag, and he comes wearing a damaged jean and Crocs, even if he's a better developer, they will take me more serious than him. They will take me more serious, and if both of us ask for a deposit, for him, they will be worried because of the way he appears. He looks the guy who will switch off his phone after. Yeah. So how you appear works out a lot. It works wonders. It increases your bargaining power, by the way. It increases, of course, your bargaining power, how much you're going to bill the client. Slightly, I will also push to the bit of billing for the good of all of us here, so that you get to know, if I've done my system, how much should I ask for the client? Yeah, we usually suffer a lot as young developers. You bill 100, you feel it, the work is now too much, you've already eaten the 100, you don't know how to bill. So how you appear really works wonders for you. Work on how you appear. Dress up well. He recommended the professional wear, the office wear, or the company branding shirts. That's very good, it's perfect. You're really looking like a professional. You've come to work. Yeah, don't wear a novel and you're coming on a bidding kind of thing. You're wearing a novel and you're asking for software development work. That works better if you're coming to repair a car. Yeah. So let's learn how to dress up professionally. You're a developer, but dress up well. Yeah, dress up well, show up well. Then also still within the branding bit, he talked about something, about my approach to work. Personally, I'd rather eat little than having you on my case and I stop picking up calls. I'm telling you Tuesday you're calling, then I tell you Friday, then I tell you next week. Then the next time I see you on High Street, I enter the corridor of Western Arcade. You know, learn to keep your word. Learn to keep your word. People will hold you by your word. If you've taken someone's deposit, be honest with them. Are you going to deliver the work or not? If you will not deliver it, be honest. If you badly need the money, yes, and you know you can't do the work, but you can go to Baker and he does it. Have that in plan so fast. And ask about Baker's schedule of work. Can Baker have 2 weeks to do that work? And when Baker says 2 weeks, you tell the client, in 4 weeks your work will be delivered. So that you give that allowance. Otherwise, if you say 2 days, they give you the money. 4 days later, there is nothing on ground. They start calling EM failed. So you reach a point you don't have what to tell the client. You're now not picking. So what will happen if you meet up in a restaurant? Won't you hide under the table? What will happen if you meet up at a party? You see? So in your day-to-day work, learn to be honest. Learn to always manage your time and project how well you're going to complete a task and how soon. And it is very easy to project this. These clients will always wait. You rather lose a client who is in a hurry than telling him in 3 days you will be done and he becomes totally discontent with you. Because out here in the field, if I get him angry, he will tell 3 other people, and that's enough. That's enough. It's harder for me to convince her to give me business, but it is easier for him to convince her not to give me business, and that will be it. The moment he tells her that gentleman, will you manage him? Maybe I gave him deposit, I didn't hear from him again. I had to involve the police. Do you think you will give deposit to such a person? No. And our work is fully referral. Our work is referral. Referral means we make money from people who know us, or from people we've worked for before. Those are usually sure deals. Someone you've worked for before calls another one, you go and do the work. That deal will be complete. Yeah? So learn so much to position yourself in a better way, appear okay, keep your word. For us, we sign contracts as part of keeping our word, so that we also hold the client by their word. Yeah, if he has promised he will pay you a 3M, within 2 weeks he should pay it. Beyond 2 weeks, there are other terms you go through. Then there's the bit of you branding the company as well. There's the company and there's you. The company should be known by what it does. As simple as that. When we talk about MTN, everyone knows the SIM cards. When you talk about like a mobile today, everyone will tell you the internet is slow. Or cheap. Some years back when we had all jumped onto like a mobile, we knew two things. It is super fast and it is cheap. It understands Omuntu Wawansi. But right now, someone said, no, it is slow internet, I don't want it. That is the branding of a company. A company is branded by not just its colors, but its services. How the services are actually given out. Your slow internet, that client who gave you 100,000 and after that said, it's okay, let me leave, it's okay, for the sake of peace, it's okay. It's okay, let me leave. It's better I leave him and I look for another person to do the work. That is how your business is being branded, and you wouldn't want that. Yeah? On to the bit of billing, as I answer the third bit that I sneaked in. How do you build a software product? How do you build? Yes, you've learned how to write code. How much money do you ask for? What guides that? The biggest issue we have in the software bit is that you fail to quickly compute what you invested in. Unlike clothes business, which I know if I went to Kampala, bought each shirt at 3,000, if I sell at 5,000, yes, I'm doing good. Maybe can transport and all that. That can be computed so easily in tangible products. But when it comes to software, I sat in an apartment that of course I was already sleeping in. The laptop is mine. I already had that on my phone and I hotspotted. Then I used my brain to write the code. What have I invested in? So you reach a point and you think you've not invested in anything. So it's okay if a client gives you 100,000, that should do. If another gives you 50K, that should do, but no. You didn't pay more than 1 million shillings in tuition at the university doing this course to be given 100,000, to be given 500,000 for a software product. Yeah? And again, this is not a side hustle that you've bought a boda aside and they remit a 10K every day to you. It's the main thing, it's the main thing you're doing. So here is a simple formula that personally I learned along the way. One thing you need to know is that you need to learn to quantify your time. You value yourself and you know that. For me, my per hour rate, each time I sit to do some work, it's 100,000 or 50. Then calculate how much time you're going to spend on a product. Factor in the electricity you're going to spend. Maybe the data as well. The lunch, when I'm at work, yes, I'm eating. That is also a cost of production as I'm doing that work. Maybe the airtime and so many other things. Maybe licenses I've paid for and other things I've bought. If you factored all those in, you'll have a random figure that somehow relates to how much you've invested into that project. Then you can factor in maybe going to the field to do the installation and maybe training. That can give you a random picture of how much you've spent in, and trust me, it will not be 100,000. Yeah? The other bit of pricing, sit down, find out how much people are charging. And how much are they charging and how are they charging. For example, there are two billing options in the field. He told you earlier on in his communication, if you're so attentive. He said there's a person who wants to recover 15 millions from one product. There's another person who says, no, I will sell my software as a service. So that people keep on boarding, and every month or every year, you pay me 10,000 shillings. Those are two approaches towards the billing bit. Each has advantages over the other. It's now down to you as an individual, the owner of the business. You know better what you want. Yeah? Me, I might want my 15M was. You give it to me, I go and do Kinjira, I buy a small piece of land, quickly, I buy some clothes, and I survive. Then there's this person looking at the long run. If I do 10,000 per person, maybe per month, I have capacity of getting 200 people who will be onboarded onto my product and they will pay per month. Then I will survive in the long run. Those are two options of how you can always choose to bill. But billing is a very important thing. If you ever underbill a client, you may
Also that referral will come.
the referral will come in the same range. So if, for example, I do for him work of a system at 200,000 and I deliver it, by the way, I might not lose anything because I have already installed for several people. So I come create logins for him, but you know what that means? He will tell him, we are not Then this gentleman, you know what he will do? Konka. And then he will say no. Let me call 150. So now you pick 150. Your value is dropping day by day. Yeah. So now you keep balancing around 150. How are you going to get a client of 1 million when people already know that for you install systems at 100,000? So you need to also learn to set that value. The money you're earning in the field, yes, 100K while still at school is fine. But the moment you step into the field, there is a lot you're trying to accomplish. You're building a brand. If you want your brand to be known as, for you it's 50K for a system, it's also very okay. But 50K, you might need to work a lot to parent. Because a good software office, you will not get an office of 50K around town. Fuel, recently they increased it. It's now 6.5 per liter. It's now 6.5 per liter. You can imagine how many liters like 50K. A decent place where you eat food from, average the bill is 15,000. Finally, he told you about getting good clients. Guys, if you're developers and you're entrepreneurs, get to know your target markets. You're not going to be pushing for business of 2 million and you're eating at home of chapatis. When you want to hang out, you go to Kajogo, where the people is asking for lunch of 5K from me. How will I give you a deposit if you can't afford lunch? Yeah. Finally, formalize your businesses. Register companies, go formal, do contracts. It will save you a lot. It will save you a lot. You will make the money, they will not kunyaga you, and they will not oppress you if you go formal. And you will get better business. That is the other bit. If you want to go big, do that company, go formal. If you want to remain small, yeah, you keep with your laptop in the bag. A few friends will call you to debug. They give you 5,000, you sit on a board and go back. Like that, and life continues. January to December, yeah, and before you know it, you give up. It hurts me a lot finding someone who did a computing course. The secretary. It hurts. And let me say it, if some of you here have intentions of becoming secretaries, tomorrow if you see me, don't act like we've ever talked. You don't approach me if you're giving me business, but if you're going to say, by the way, if you remember, we at EYIT, I was doing computer science. No, don't talk anything like that. Because it's painful. Your parents are paying a lot of money, or whoever is sponsoring you, 1 million plus per semester. Add in feeding, add in the hostel fees, upkeep, printing. There's a lot of money being involved here, averagely 2 million every semester. And then you want to go and become a secretary, and they give you 300. You want to do work that you would have done even if you had stopped in P7. That is painful. It is. A P7 kid of Mbara Municipal right now can type very well, can speak good English, and can welcome customers. Now you who has done a bachelor's in computer science, you want to do that job. No, please don't take it. That will be so bad. Actually, for me, what would really excite me is 2 years from now or 3, we meet in the field. I go somewhere to bid, I find you, you've also come with your company, you're also looking for business. Or you call me and you tell me, you say, well, we also have this product. By the way, in case you get clients, you let us know. You know, that would really be okay. The field is not easy. As I sign out, Yes, that one, I have to be honest, the field is not easy, especially if you don't have skills. This coding that you're saying is hard right now. Try to embrace it. It's going to give you a skill and you will survive. You won't need to look for a job after campus. If right now you say for you, usually some of you love hiding. Me, I will be a network administrator. Me, I will be a database administrator. No. Go and learn code, learn how to do it, leave the university when you can. At least do something practical. Not using your laptop for movies and TikTok. Yeah? So let's give it that passion and determination and get it. We are spending a lot of money. We are doing very good courses. These courses are very good and they are practical and they can keep us surviving. You people can survive off these courses and you will not regret. That is if you choose to. But you can also choose to sleep. Yeah, then you'll do mobile money. You'll be asking withdraw or deposit.
Thank you so much,
Okay, thank you very much, Jonah, for that insightful presentation. And for me, as I conclude, I just urge you guys to start now. Just like you heard from all the presenters. He started when he was doing the internship at EYIT, right? I have told you I got my first project when I was at third year doing internship at Makerere, right? Digitech even started before school, like you said, right? Jonah, same thing. So do not think that you're going to start when you finish this course that you're doing. Otherwise you'll get stuck when you finish and you can't even do anything, you can't even go anywhere, right?
Yes. Yes, a minute. Yeah. One thing, as he's finishing that, sorry, to take you back. When you're still students, people sympathize with you a lot.
Yeah.
You see the way he has invited us here to talk to you for free? If you did that to me in the field and we are all in the field, I will ask for money. Yeah, so right now, as you're still a student, you can disturb anyone and they will debug for you and it is very okay. But the day you leave school and you look for someone to debug for you, that is now a professional thing. I will need professional fees. So utilize the time now when you're still a student.
Yeah, thank you very much for that addition. So I think that is very clear now. Start now. If you, as long as you have a phone, a smartphone, just know that that is already capital. If you like TikTok, think of how you can use TikTok to generate revenue. If you're on Facebook, use Facebook to generate revenue. Okay? Start now. Do not think of starting after finishing school. And even if you're saying after school, I'll get a job, be like, okay, where do I want to work? Is it Ministry of IT, Ministry of Energy? Then have at least 10 contacts in that ministry. Start networking. Position yourself. I like the way that guy positioned himself before he got the book. The dictate asked a question. Who has a business? And he was the first one to answer. And right now has a book. He has earned 20K.
Which costs 20,000.
Yeah, he has earned 20K right now because he positioned himself in the right way. I like the way this guy positioned himself when he was introducing himself. Right now, everyone remembers the way he introduced himself when we were starting. Of course, all of us introduced ourselves here, but he stood out, right? Everyone remembers the way he started. So positioning yourself is very key in whatever you're doing. Start now and make sure that you're thinking straight and looking for solutions that can make society better while also making you better, right? Okay. Lastly is to thank the EYIT team for the wonderful opportunity that they have given you guys. Just like Jonah said, collecting all these people, all of us to come here to present to you for free, putting in our few time, spending a whole day off work and coming together here. It's also a privilege. And I thank Ronald and his team for I thank Ronald and the EYIT team for mobilizing and coordinating this whole squad to come here and present you. Otherwise, thank you very much. In case anyone has a question about Pandora and what we do, go online, type in Pandora Networks, you go to the landing page. Our contacts are there. My contacts are there, even for the office admin. Feel free to call anytime, WhatsApp us, call us, we can always assist. Especially for IT students, whenever they need guidance, whenever they need some of the software that
works in their software. Let me say like a payments gateway, bulk SMS platform. Always make the process a little bit, not very bureaucratic, so that they can get the gateways. So contact us and we shall always assist you. Thank you very much.
I want to ask questions. This guy and this guy, you said you love development. I would like to know the number of project ideas you have right now in your mind. The number of project ideas you have, you feel like you should execute or work on. Yeah. There are how many? How many have you completed or started on? Only one. What about you?
I've started on
Both of them. Oh, what I was waiting was you saying I have not started. So this is it. Whenever you get a project, don't sit on it. Just start right away. If you say I'll start on next week, you may not start. If you think about something, start right away. That's how you will be able to build something. Because digital entrepreneurship, you're running a digital business, and you have to build it right away. More so, as I conclude, maybe what I can say is just know the digital world versus the builders. You need to build, you don't need to study. That's what I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. First, let's give them a round of applause. It's been really wonderful. I've picked quite a number of points. The best time to start is when you're still at the university. Make sure you take note of that. Then your technical skills will not actually be enough. You need to solve problems that matter. You need to know how to communicate. You need to build a brand. Such things really, then at least we all know and we agree and accept that digital entrepreneurship is probably easy to start somehow, because no one has told us that they sold land to come and start. If you want to start border business, you might want to sell land and buy one, or go get a loan, start one, but at least no one sold the building out there, no one sold land. Start probably it's a combination of the skills and discipline and so many other things that came along.
Thank you for the opportunity given. Stand out for the many. Yeah, Kapurus was a student at Math in EYIT. Unfortunately, we've not been given a chance to ask our questions.
Oh.
And what we discovered in this teaching, the host was able to ask good questions, but of which we also wanted to back our questions on 2 years. But we thank the guests that were brought to us, so they have been able to teach us a few things that we weren't able to know, most especially the developers. Because the one the gentleman said, he started in graphics. And remember, the challenge in graphics doesn't have the market for high revenue. You don't go outside to sell a graphical design. As a startup, you say you want 100. Who will give it to you? Most it's rare. My first sale of graphics was a 20.
That is even too much.
That is too much.
It was too much.
I had to sit down and think how I would bargain with the work. That's the reality. But as they say, we will certainly take another one will come saying it. Yes. And that's how it came dropping. Meaning, the moral of the story is if you bid higher, by the time they drop it, you still remain in the range you want. That's the reality.